Yes, welcome to Keeping the Ball on the Ground.
Yeah, it's
Big
got a
Cillian,
big man.
Big Cillian Sheridan.
I'm with 3 hungover guys today.
I'm not hung here.
Are you alright?
Yeah. You slept in this morning?
Oh, but he's beside my house, being the horn, not gone nuts.
You and your dad have a wee lion?
What?
You and your dad have a wee lion today?
What? No.
Bank holiday?
No.
You're not moving.
Right, so
Oh, no.
as I'm waiting for him outside today, right?
This is what I hate, look.
This is tradesman lip.
Kicking the ball.
Tradesman playing 2-touch outside his house. And they're
Fucking
trying to tell me they're no fucking lazy.
Oh, so a tradesman came up to me like,
2-touch.
a tradesman came up to me with a wee guy who sounded like, just a bit disappointed in Andy with the tradesman thing.
They've taken it bad.
Mate, see,
I was like, mate, he was only joking.
I've had good laughs with some recently.
With tradesman, have you?
Aye. So on jest, didn't it? A good laugh. But the 2-touch.
Oh, amazing that.
I'm
Not bad.
thankful.
Not bad standards.
That's actually alright.
Cillian Sheridan, my God.
What?
Brilliant to have him on, innit?
Is it?
Oh, of course it is, aye.
Is it? Right, it's no bad.
Is it?
Alright. You've got pet peeves for yesterday. We were out yesterday, weren't we, mate?
Yeah, for a little bit.
How are you feeling this morning? Rough or alright?
No, I'm alright. Yeah.
They trousers, mate. What the fuck? Brave, innit?
Ah, you gotta, you know,
I like it, mate. Aye.
own it.
Stamp your authority, mate.
So how was the day out?
I was on fire. He was alright.
I was in the background.
Oh, he's-
Pet peeve, by the way, could be going out with him
Oof.
and you're just on your own.
Does he talk to you once?
Aye.
It's the worst.
You just end up on your own half the night.
You day roamed, didn't you?
I liked him.
You need to have a phone with you. Just so you're on your own and then you can just,
But some
Look
guy
at it.
came up to you and asked you if you were still kicking a ball, didn't he?
you still kicking a ball? You still kicking a ball, big man? I was like, trying to
That
get it
trying to
wrong.
part as well,
Trying
innit?
to.
You should have said, I'll kick you in the fucking balls.
Too easy, yeah.
Too easy, yeah.
Still kicking a ball. That's got to be a pet peeve, innit?
Still kicking a ball.
Kicking a ball, mate.
I've got a pet peeve. I've got a couple
What
of
is
pet
it?
Go on,
peeves.
Andy boy,
Number
then.
one, seen that man jogging in the West End the
Oh,
other
so he
day.
did?
His clobber for a jog is embarrassing.
What was it wearing?
Was it cycling
He had a
shorts?
jacket on like that, like basically a rain jacket 3/4 length, but tiny shorts.
The hairy
It
short.
looked as if you just had a jacket.
Mate, somebody messaged me about that saying you were wearing cycling shorts.
No, they're,
Are they not
they're
just-
ball huggers, mate.
With a big
He's got
jacket on.
a big jacket ahead. Do you know, it's a good look at it.
Do you jog on the spot at lights and stuff?
Well, do you know my worst thing in life? See, I'd run out a certain distance, so I run out for like, say, 22 minutes, so I'm running back for 4. See, when you run 22 minutes, then you go... or sometimes you go... That's the worst, mate. See that turn after 22 minutes, it's the worst. But jog...
Sometimes I'll do, see, like if I'm out walking and I realise, shit, I'm walking the wrong way here, and I'll try and like style it out.
The worst. You think people's watching you, they're not.
Yeah, I hate just like walking and then I'm like, shit, I need to go the other way, and I hate just like
Flinging like a wee dance and
like
then just turn.
suddenly turning and walking the opposite way. I'll like walk up to a shop, go in, maybe buy water or something, so I can then come out and walk the other way.
Oh, really? You'd go into a shop so you didn't want to turn?
I'll have to do something where I'm not just stopping and then just suddenly turning around the other way.
The worst.
Mate, you look like Dice Maeda in your jog.
There's a fit like
Some
that.
pace, you didn't have a bead of sweat on. You were
Was he going?
laughing.
Some pace.
So you must have been listening.
Have headphones in?
I think so, aye.
Was he laughing? Aye.
Aye.
Laughing going a joke.
Laughing and waving at me at the same
Oh,
time.
mate, I'm so happy to see you.
You were pelting it.
I was pelting it. I'm loving the jogs.
Good pace, that.
It was a good pace. Aldo from Ginty's, his pet peeve was when you press a tap and it lasts for literally 2 seconds.
Aye.
Good one.
Shiver and all.
Shower.
Aye, that's good.
See if you tap, you need to hold the tap in, wash one hand, and then wash the other hand holding it. That's a fucking pain.
I've actually got another pet peeve. I just remembered, did you watch Falkirk Hamilton on Friday?
I watched it.
See this?
You were up in
To
Brora.
talk teacher.
I know, you play with Falkirk, man.
See,
Right,
they were up,
no.
but everybody was talk teacher
love
like that.
it.
Corners.
What was that? I agree with you, mate. How was Germany, wee man?
That was unbelievable, mate.
The Reaper, what was it, the Reaper ban? Somebody put Creeper ban, you standing
Is
next.
that what they said? Mate, first person I think ever to get knocked back for the Reaper ban.
How can you get knocked back?
I don't mean that, no. It was, what a place, mate.
Was it?
What a place.
There's a clip within it that's going to go viral.
There's a
They
clip
showed me
in
this
there.
morning.
And I've been...
Was that the one you get
It's
fucked?
unbelievable.
In the head,
So I got took to hospital. I spent in the hospital that night, and then, but Jackson Irvine, wait till you see him, the access he geezes the day after the game, he takes us into the, what I say, no, we done an interview and then there's a surprise feast for Jackson, but he's just a superstar, man. He put me up because on the Coop show on Thursday, why did I say that, mate? He put me up on the interview the first thing I said.
I know everyone's asking me, you're the only two that would actually say that knowing you're going to go meet
I
that guy
said,
the next day.
sign with
And then he
Celtics.
patched you for it. He did you know he patched him for that today?
Did they not talk to
So
you?
he's trying to message him and he's not getting back to him.
So I said on the Koopman show that he signed with Celtic when he was 16 and he should have been sent back to Australia
At 17.
at 17. So mate, he first bit of the interview was like, said that to me.
Oh, he brought it up.
Oh mate, I blamed you. And it just,
It's mad how many people watch this, isn't it? Because Dunfermline boys were out yesterday. Did you speak to them? Beat the Dunfermline boys?
Yeah,
That
so
was another time I left you.
yeah.
They watch it as well. They watch it as well.
But what it was, do you know what mate? It's
Their
probably-
pet peeves are lack of coverage for the Championship. I was like, lads, just work a wee bit harder. Get up to the Premier League.
Get yourself you need to get yourself at the top there. Mate, it was probably the hardest vlog that we've ever done. As in
that was hard constantly.
no.
Imagine he just had the heart on the full ball.
No, what's it called? A breaker or what is it?
A bricker.
A breaker.
A
Bricker in Germany.
It wasn't hard it wasn't hard at all, to be honest with you. But it just as in, so we were in the Reaper band, obviously, exploring it, but you can't really film much, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Am I missing something? What is it?
You're fucking looking at your phone when I'm talking. That's how you're missing it.
It's your pet peeve.
Fuck it, he does that every day. The doctor he does, so with the Reaper band you can't obviously film much as you would guess. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then the next day St Pauli fans, they don't allow cameras or anything in the stadium. It's a big sort of no-no. So obviously we're going there to do that. So it was quite difficult that way, but Jackson I think saved the vlog.
Me undercover journal, innit?
I can't fucking see these two, I swear.
I've just beat my score on Snake.
I was just about to text you. Just about to text you, see what you're doing.
Mate, see these two, Kelly, I'm telling you, these two are the fucking world worst for this. Mate, we sat with Scotty Arfield right for 2 years. He didn't have his phone out once, right? Scotty goes to the toilet, straight phone right out. Fucking unbelievable.
He's got heads about me day. He's got to come for us today, I can tell.
Oh, he texts me saying it's going to be heated today with this whole Celtic
The
thing.
German confidence.
No, it's not the German confidence at all, mate. But if I'd seen the 90 minutes yesterday, then I would have been ready for the both of you, because I did say for now at the end of the season it's going to be a rough ride for the both of
Celtic
you.
fan, Oh wow. Didn't watch a game.
I know, but you could have recorded the game and watched it back this morning or last night.
I've not got a recorder.
A recorder? Is that not a musical instrument? Where's the Celtic game, man?
Brilliant.
Right, Darren Peaty.
I'm sick of it. I can't, they used to have fucking
Ganging up on you.
boiling my blood at the moment.
Boiling my blood. How was he as company? You talked about me as company. How was he last Sunday? You
We
were
were
at
good, Kelly, weren't we? We got
I thought we were good.
I looked over, it looked like an awkward convo, I'm going to be
We had
honest.
a good chat.
Kelly,
I mean,
I'm scared. I'm scared to let he picked up my fingernails. They're a wee bit dirty. And he told me to watch him on the night out. But anyway, so what you saying there?
What were you going to say about the night out? None.
No.
I've just got a few fans, a few of the viewers' pet peeves. You want them?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Darren Petite. How's this for a pet peeve? Out of season, but people sending their Wayne back to school like they're going on the tour of Afghan. Good luck on your new chapter, my boy. What a person you've became. Shut up, your Wayne pisses himself and still screams for you when he's a bad dream.
Don't mind that.
Don't mind that, no bad. No bad.
Is that something you'll do? But harsh, but fair. Is that something you'll do with the kid, Andrew? How many weeks to go, mate?
3, aye.
Excited?
Go on. I am. Looking forward to it.
Uncle Paul?
No, I don't like that tag.
How no?
You cut Uncle Paul, mate.
Your uncle not bad, innit? That uncle.
I've worn it with a few mates now. Come and see your Uncle Paul and the 100 away and you're the most awkward fucking guy in the room.
You'll be sweeties for fun, won't you?
I heard you saying that last Sunday
But Uncle Paul?
to a girl, yeah.
Your Uncle Paul? How's your uncle? Too easy for your Uncle Paul, eh?
They dragged him in.
He's on board.
Stay my side.
What about people that put their seat backs on an aeroplane? I can't believe it's not been mentioned on the podcast. 6'3", had to fly 9 hours to Denver with a guy in front of me, with a guy in front of me's hair coming through the side of my knee.
I'd put my seat back.
No, you don't,
yeah, what
Andrew.
You're a fucking disgrace, son.
How?
You're a beast.
Somebody, the person
You need to put the seat back as soon as you sit down.
Aye.
As soon as you sit down, put the seat back.
No, you can't. That's so inconsiderate.
How? You can put your seat back?
If everyone puts
No, but
their
then
seat
everybody
back,
will
it's the
need to
same.
Aye.
Nah, but fuck your knees, man.
No, but it doesn't fucking rock back. It's just the back of it.
No, but your table, you can't relax with your
I
table.
know, but let's say you're sitting there and there is a guy's head just there, innit? You just have to go fucking scalp, man.
As you're dreading actually putting it back though, aren't you? You're thinking, fuck, what if they pull me up here as I'm putting...
See if it was a guy that looked hard.
I check first.
You're putting it
So
forward.
see if it was a guy that looked hard, would you know do it?
No. Check who's behind me
So
first.
if he was behind you, put it back. If I was behind you, wouldn't I?
Oh, fuck you. Give me bread.
Right, John Kirk, Ty pet peeve for the team skateboarders. Like, what is it with them? Everything about them, from the way they dress, unwashed hair, and most of them are men. Like, grow up from John in Northern Ireland.
No, I like skateboarders. I like the way they
You
do
look
it.
like a
I don't know why you're looking at me saying that.
I know you do look like a
I was actually
skateboarder.
looking at him for the scooter.
I don't use the scooter anymore, but I love skateboarders.
I was
love the
into
way they dress,
skateboarding
just don't
when I
give a
was
fuck,
younger.
do they?
Who's it? Tony Hawk?
Ah, he was cool, wasn't
Hawks. Tony Hawks.
Tony Hawk.
he? Was it Tony Hawk?
Do you know what's this is a message for a lot of people. So we put up the views that we had for the month, which is fucking incredible. Well done, used to especially. And so many people went, well done, mate. But the most baffling thing about this is nearly 9 million people listening to that tip, Rio Ferdinand.
Aye.
Was his number one?
His was number... What was his number 2? 2 with 9 million.
He's been clever. He's getting Ronaldo not on his though, isn't he?
Oh, has he?
He done an interview with
Getting
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
and
Are you
yeah.
getting
Okay.
fucking Breza? We're getting Cillian.
Fraser, George.
George.
Better off with him. But the one for me that stood out was Simon Jordan.
Below us.
Below us, aye.
Give him a...
No, well, I said it, didn't I? I tagged him in it and he didn't get back to us, but gave us a wee bit, mate, and then can't keep up with us.
That's incredible numbers.
I would love for a sit-down interview, say, with Jordan.
What would just ask?
No, with me, with you and him.
How you know that?
No,
You're the one that's been calling him it.
no, he's the one that does interviews. I'd love to get him on, Simon, if you're listening. It would be great to get you on for a good chat, debate about
Maybe
Scottish
boost
football.
his numbers a wee bit.
Get him
We'll
up.
get you up there, wee man. We'll get you up to 6, you wee prick. Last one for Jack Martin. I love the pod, mate. Not sure if it's been said, but pet peeves is adults and stookies or casts. Why are you falling over at 45? Have a good gym, boss.
And getting wee guys to sign it.
And get...
Aye. That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
hand stickies now, isn't there?
Don't know, that's harsh as well. Like, what are you supposed to do if you break a leg?
I know, but why are you breaking your leg at 45? Other than playing football, why are you breaking your leg?
What are you supposed to do if you break a leg?
I know, but how are you breaking your leg?
And they're
My
like,
dad broke his
you
leg
have to
when
go
he
into
was
a stookie and like,
Wait, this is
no, I
good.
don't want it.
How did your dad break his leg?
running for the bus.
Kicking his balls.
Genuinely steaming.
You what?
Running for the bus.
And fell.
Fell down there a curb. And me and my ma had to go and get him.
And his leg was broke.
His leg was fully broke. We had to get him to the hospital. He was concussed and all.
Just concussed.
I don't see what's so bad that I get a wee guy running for the bus. He's fucking tripled down the curb. My dad was telling me every
Did he
bit
get a stookie?
when I was in it.
Want it green? Make sure that stookie's green.
My dad was telling me every bit.
Green and white. Oops.
Give a gold pen so you can sign that.
My dad was telling me every
saying
bit
about
to go in the Reaper ban.
You what?
See, now it's the Reaper ban. My dad was telling me everywhere to go, mate. He knew everywhere.
How does he know Jet? How does he know it so well?
He'd obviously been earlier,
Damn what?
but I started to or something, aye. That was it, aye. Nothing to it.
Amazing. Right, Clubhouse lads.
Ah, what a place.
You've been, haven't you?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Good, mate. Favourite pint in it? Favourite pint?
Guinness.
Guinness is nice in there. Guinness is lovely in there. Beer yesterday. Today's show is brought to you by our partners at the Clubhouse, Paul.
Amazing. And this week's going to be incredible, so make sure you get yourself there. Champions League, semi-final, second legs. There isn't
Second legs.
second leg.
Second
leg, aye, so there's no better place to be than watch it there. Amazing food and of course 20% when you mention open goal, so get yourself.
top of Princess Square. What
Yep.
a setting.
The Barca game especially. Oof.
What about that first
Look
leg?
forward to watching that.
That ball was
We
back.
had a bit of debate, Andy. Well, not a debate. You were saying about Yamal. Could he be possibly better than Messi?
You should know.
I would say never.
Why? 17, he's won the Euros.
He's incredible. I just think Messi's just in his own planet. I don't think he'll ever get to that.
What do you think?
I think he could, aye. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think he will be, but I think he could. Just Messi's just different. And you've no right to be that good with his height, his stature. But Yamal's ridiculous,
Oh
mate.
my God.
Well,
Mate, that's
saying that
three.
games at 17.
It was Simone Inzaghi said the first time in my managerial career I had to
Aye.
put 3 guys on one player.
Aye. And he's 17.
17, mate.
We were saying it last night, like, Yamal has, although like you can say he's won the Euros and all that, he wasn't like part of a good team. He was like the
Main
main guy, like at what, just gone 17.
17, mate.
He's got
Scary.
he's got the Arjen Robben a bit of minty where it's like, how many times he scored that goal when he just cuts
outside.
into his left foot and
Yeah.
slows
Can't
it for
stop
the corner, but you can't stop it.
No, amazing.
He's
mate.
ridiculous.
And then
aye.
the one he hits the bar's a joke. Anyway, the second leg and also PSG hopefully beat Arsenal.
And you can
What do
also
you think, Nebu?
you can also watch the Europa League semi-final with Man U, so we'd probably just stay up the road that one.
I would just stay in for Tuesday to Thursday. Stay in the clubhouse.
As soon as Man U kicks off, just go up the
Go
road.
up the road. As soon as they stay there, stinking the gaff out. And see that yesterday with
Would you think PSG Arsenal? Sorry, do you think who?
PSG.
PSG, aye.
Hopefully PSG. get
PSG
through.
Barca will be some final.
That would be amazing.
I
Wouldn't it?
really hope it's they too. Inter look good as well.
Although Inter are the only team I've ever seen play a low block that I enjoyed watching because they were so good when they won it back.
But they actually
How
play
high-
through when they
when
play
they
it
win
back as well.
It's not just fucking.
Aye. Oh,
it's
very
really
good.
The actual like exciting football again.
Aye, that was one of the best games I've watched for a long time.
Amazing.
There's no better place for watching the games and getting a pint, nice food in the clubhouse. So book yourself a table at the link in the description box below. Last pet peeve: Gary Neville with Cole Palmer.
What happened?
Fucking calm down, mate.
He played like a simple pass at one
Mate,
point, didn't he?
the
He was
Chelsea
going
play through Palmer, who turns right on the half turn, nobody near him. He plays a 5-yard pass to the winger. Neto, who beats two guys, cuts it back to Endo, takes a great touch, finishes. Neville's like, "What's about the pass from Palmer?" I'm like, mate, what the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Was Palmer good?
He was all right, mate.
Was he, Andy?
We just wouldn't have stopped talking about him the full
That's
game.
alright.
Like, see if he was Scottish, mate, he genuinely wouldn't have mentioned him the full
I
game.
do remember the bloody.
He nearly scored an unbelievable goal though.
Aye, he did.
I've nearly fucking played with Celtic, man, haven't I? What does that mean? He nearly scored an unbelievable goal. But he fucking never.
He did go proper overboard with his commentary.
Oh my God, he was on his balls, wasn't
Aye,
he?
he was
You're getting a bit
Funny,
annoyed with Neville recently, aren't you?
Doing my tits in. But the Duncan Ferguson, he was doing my nothing.
I don't know if you take Palmer at EK, the way Rob was playing now.
Oh, mate, he was a joke. He was a joke.
Well, let's talk about it then.
Let's go for it then. What do you want to talk
How
about?
was it, mate? Mate, see what, so when they checked
Oh my.
Talk us through the travel and everything.
Right, so met Friday at 12:30. 6 hours up there. Where did we stop? How did we stop? Aviemore. Boys were alive with me, like 5 hours of fucking dance music the full way up. They're a good group, mate. They're proper. They're not quiet, do you know what I mean? I quite like that. I like a fucking rowdy dressing room. 5 hours of listening to dance music. Got up there, lovely food. They went to bed. We stayed up, had a couple of wines. Went for a run in the morning, the staff, and then cold water.
What, staff together?
4 of us, and then in the sea in the morning for a wee bit of cold water.
Not bad.
And then pre-match game 3-1, mate. I could have been sick.
But I couldn't. Obviously, when
Yeah,
we
we
see
started
this,
really well,
when
mate.
we see the score, it's just 3 each, so I like fair dues. But then when you go back and see that they were 3-1 up, man, you must have been gone.
Scream! I got booked. I lost my head, mate. Honestly, I was like, I'm not going back on this bus with us being beat.
Did you think there was a possibility when it was 3-1 like we could lose
Do you
it?
know the only thing was, we were still playing quite well. It's not like they were like battering us, you know what I mean? We were still playing well. But they scored 3 good goals, mate, because the front players are really good. And then we scored to make it 3-2 and then get a penalty straight away.
Is that the worst you've ever felt before you get the goals back? The anxiety?
3-1, honestly, my heart was pounding, mate. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be involved in football anymore, what it does to you. Honestly, mate, I felt I was going to piss myself and start crying.
From them?
What?
Were you getting much from them? Like their fans and stuff?
No, it was quiet, mate.
Nah.
Really quiet.
So when we played them in like, it was kind of like top of the league game.
Right?
So like winning 2-0 and I had come off, I'd like done my hammy and I was coming off and I think it was like maybe a director or someone from the club when I was coming off. So I had to walk off and one of the directors is shouting on to me like, fucking like, hurry up, get off. And I was like, I'm injured, like I need to walk off. And then he started going, away and wash your hair. Away and wash your hair. Look after your hair. I was like, no, I'm injured. I'm going to walk it off. And I was like, go in and sort your hair out. I was like, we're winning. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Do you know that you used to have played against each other?
Aye, we would have aye.
No, but in a Europa League game.
No, I know it. Do you know it?
What's that?
You were telling what she said.
Oh, Jagiellonia.
Yeah.
Aye, that's right.
I was saying to him on the way here that in the return leg, one of your centre halves was talking to me about my Instagram.
Was he?
Yeah.
So was it between the Serbian boy? Serbian?
Could have been, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, you're very funny on Instagram during the game.
That was my debut, the one over at your place.
I think we should have won. I thought we should have won.
I
too.
cannot remember it, to be honest.
I remember
You said you played with
the
us.
game in Poland, yeah.
I remember Neil showing a free kick from Miles it.
That's
all I can
see, when you go to these
remember
places, mate, you just go, fuck it, I'm going to try all sorts.
But I remember the atmosphere at your place being unreal.
It was good, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Who were you at, sorry?
Jagiellonia, Bialystok. They just won the Polish league last season.
Aye.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Remember, the atmosphere had been brilliant over there.
Did you ever think, like, what the fuck am I doing here?
No, at that
Any
point, no.
sport?
At that point, I was like, this is fucking unreal. But then when the league started, aye, definitely.
Why? What about the league made you
They
so?
had the. You could only play 5 foreign players in your team. So our starting 11 against them, for example, in the Europa League was 11 foreign players. So when they got to the league, you could only play 5 of them. That's something a bit like that. 6 years only going to play.
All right.
And basically all the best players were pretty much foreign.
As a
So that's that way, like the budgets over there is massive for like
Yeah.
all the top Azeri players. But all the Azeri players are on like really low wage. They
Right.
kind of rely on like win
Baku
bonuses
was
and cash
like
bonuses.
unbelievable.
Aye,
I remember
so
when we
good,
played
aye.
away, and I was like, this is like such a nice
Aye,
place.
so good. But
Just-
that's not where we were. We were about 3 years
Were
away.
you not all based in Baku?
Everybody was based in Baku, but then when we used to play our home games, we used to travel, take a bala on the Wednesday, train Thursday, Friday, play on the Saturday. That wasn't as nice,
part-time,
obviously.
Training on Tuesday, Thursday.
Aye. No, travelling the Wednesday, train Thursday, Friday.
All right.
Over there.
Did you all party in the way down, mate?
Oh, the bus back was fucking. You think you've done the World Cup, mate? I've still got 2 games to play.
Well, I tell you what,
Aye, but that's what it's, you
I
know.
know.
in Bonnyrigg are flying.
I know, Bonnyrigg, mate. They've fucking.
Flying.
That's
Some
like got
game.
simmering away, Bonnyrigg just now, mate. Innit? What is it, mate?
Be some game that.
It'll be a hard game. It'll be a hard game. We watched their highlights yesterday against Strachan. They're doing well, Bonnyrigg. It'll be a tough game. But
Brilliant.
2 games to get up now, mate. But mate, that was your 63rd competitive game this season, mate, in the Lowland League.
And the first leg's at your bit, is that
First
right?
leg out of it.
Ah, that's good.
Is it
Easy,
majority of the same? Is it majority of the same players that have played?
For who?
60 for you, 63 games.
Majority played all the games, mate.
It's a lot, mate.
Isn't it? For the Lowland League, it's a
What
lot,
have you
mate.
played, Andy?
Not as much as that.
You've started every game, haven't you? That you've been fit.
40 something? No as many as that.
How was the standard of the gym with football?
It was good, mate. Really fit, but no. Just all right.
Can't wait to see the vlog, mate.
Gig press for fun.
You've sold it well there.
It's just not. Stuttgart were very good, as in possession based. They were keeping the ball. For me, St. Pauli just needed a point to keep themselves in the Bundesliga, so they were quite tentative. But they had the boy Hustler. Is it Brighton? So they played proper football.
Right.
The boys came in now. I think he's a wee bit more defensive, so they sat off Stuttgart. Stuttgart deserved to win the game. But it was all right, wasn't it?
What about atmosphere?
Amazing.
Was it?
Oh, it was crazy, mate, from start to finish. A lot of hatred for both sides, which I didn't like. I
You try to bring them.
try to cam it on. But it was supposedly early. Mate, £17 a ticket. So we're talking
Top flight.
recently, top flight Bundesliga, one of the best leagues in the
For
world.
Dundee United again.
No, not Dundee United as a whole. As a whole, we're obviously talking about the prices in Scotland maybe need to change. So just in one of the Bundesliga, £17. So
How many
Yeah,
beers do you
right,
have?
the Friday had 2, Saturday 3 across the full day, and then 0 the Sunday.
How do you fucking style it 3 beers across a full day?
So just
I bet he was holding it the full day or not. You know what I mean? First one lasted about 4 hours.
I'm just no a drinker, to be honest. But I had one for the game, and then as the night went on, you just have it for. I'm there to work, mate.
And how was it? Did the wee man enjoy it?
He was I enjoyed it, to say the least. But I'm not saying anything about that.
Did he get?
No.
Did he get let
No, I'm not getting into all that, but he had a good time.
Big fan of Germany.
Yes. This guy, honestly.
You said to me you put your pubes in a side shit for it. Amazing. Andy's safe as well. Is that definitely safe?
Aye.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wait, well, what do you think of this team celebrating staying up? Get your point on that, your view on that.
Aye.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
100%, mate. Aye.
I think if you stay up in the last day of the season, it's probably a celebration in it, but we've got 3-4 games to go. I think we were always in a position where we should have stayed up.
What was the Tony Watt thing? I seen you sort of singing Tony Watt's a fat bastard.
Because Dundee fans were singing it, like, all game.
Uh-huh.
Then somebody's obviously started the chant as soon as we go back in the dressing room, and he's just pelted it. Everybody's been jumping up and down.
Amazing. Was Wimmers singing it?
Don't think so, no.
Mate,
Don't think so.
Wimmer thinks he's on the fucking... He's a
He's
fashion
having a
show.
go, isn't he? He's had a go, definitely.
Does he have a go every day?
No, because usually he's just got his training kit on, isn't he?
Or
You
comes
don't-
in
don't
with his
see him
training kit
before.
on?
But I know he's definitely having a go.
Dundee are still in it, aren't they? I don't want Dundee to go down. I'm need them to be safe so Si Murray comes in.
How are they, Andy?
There's a pet peeve, Greg Stewart cancelling to come on a podcast.
Exactly. You know well,
on
are
a
you for
Sunday
4
night, mate,
days?
when you're starting on a Monday.
At 11 o'clock at night, I know.
That's why you're
I know, great way to announce me.
Did you know he'd pulled it? What?
He's like, I
He
went,
said it to me last night.
going to do this, big man. Before I went, who's pulled it? How long was the list?
What?
The list of people that pulled it before we'd asked you. Charlie pulled it as well.
Because of PFAs, mate. They
Yeah,
were
I
at
showed up.
PFAs.
Nah, brilliant, mate. I love that
Yeah,
for you.
cheers.
Dundee were quite disappointing, Paul,
Were
to
they,
be
mate?
honest. Aye. I thought they were... I didn't think they were that great yesterday, but that being said, we've played them 4 times this year and they were really good against us twice and we probably edged the other 2, so...
Mate,
I
you
think
were
it's kind of
I'll tell you
balanced
one
each
thing, you were outstanding.
You never watched the games?
I watched the Motherwell and Dundee game in the Celtic Rangers.
What was he good at?
Just dominating the game. The way that
How'd you watch
yous
it?
have been,
How'd you watch it?
just on iPlayer. Watching on the here.
I play. Were you good, mate? Huh?
It was
Sorry, aye.
excellent.
We
yourself up.
we were really good. I've said it for for months, to be honest. Our kind of biggest issues being both boxes. Don't create enough, don't score enough. I think we had 16 shots, XG like 2.8, 13 shots in the second half alone. So we were really good. And I obviously told you when the manager first came in that we had the average lowest possession in the league, 30-something%. He showed us like the mini table since he's came in, we were like 4th. And that was like, I think it was like 58% possession at the weekend. We had 10 men for 10-15 minutes. So it's like everything he's kind of tried to change, score more goals, be more creative, more of the ball, I think we've started to show.
How much more do you enjoy football when you're dominating the ball?
Especially at the weekend, mate. I was saying that to the boys in the bus, like, I had so many touches of the ball in the first half. And it's, I think even as a player, like, especially in that position of the pitch, you grow in confidence just with the amount of touches you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like the touches you get beforehand, it's like a fight ball and you've not touched it for 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
See that feeling when you've started the game, you're lit to looking at the clock, it's 20 minutes, and I was like, I've not touched the ball.
Start running a bit everywhere.
You just run about anywhere desperate to get a fucking touch. It's mad, isn't it? So is that like, is he big on this, like, use a midfielder, pass them on to midfield players?
I obviously try to play through the thirds and build more, and he has big things, he shouts search the centre all the time. That's what he always shouts for the side, search the centre, aye. So obviously we've obviously been miles better on the ball in possession over the last sort of few games or so, and it's made a difference. So it's obviously the 2 wins in the split, and that's us safe now.
Big man hates possession, didn't you?
See, my first game for Brecon, we went 2-0 up away. I can't remember who we were away to. We're celebrating the first goal, and as I'm going away, I'm thinking, fuck, I haven't touched the ball yet. Right? We've scored a second, and we're all the way celebrating, and I'm walking over, and then I've like said to one of the guys, I still haven't touched the ball. We're
How many minutes in?
It was like about 20 minutes in. I hadn't touched the ball.
I always think,
That's mental, innit?
We're winning 2-0. I'm not too bothered, but
Do you think that's why you're wanting to know, because you hadn't touched it?
yeah.
is this pure paranoia, or do you know, think, like, see when it gets to that, now you sometimes see the stats, like it came up with this, was just 4 touches in the first half. I think it's going to come out of stat, I've not touched the ball in this full first half.
See, when you come on for 12 minutes or 15 minutes, you didn't touch the ball, mate.
That's the worst.
And the man's like, did you touch the fucking ball? And you're like, I've been at games I've came on and touched the ball.
Oh, it's
The worst
horrible.
is I started then to like drop into positions just to touch the ball, like pointlessly.
Stupidly.
Yeah, and then just...
But you're not we were speaking about this yesterday, you're not a massive fan of like possession. You like boys in the box quite early, don't you?
Yeah, I don't want to come and touch the ball. Like I want to just stay away from the play, leave it to wingers, 10s and stuff, and then like make my runs off them. I don't want to come and touch the ball.
I love that debate you had last week about that, because you don't. I like crosses.
I hate crossing the ball for a deep area, mate.
And you.
Well, see if you're a centre half and you went, what kind of ball do you want to defend? What would it be? A big fucking loopy cross, wouldn't it?
Against a guy like
I
Cillian.
don't mind a cross for deep,
I don't like it.
as long as it's
See if I'm bigger
fed into
than-
the space, like behind
No, in behind the space, I
If
get
I'm
like a De
looking
Bruyne type cross.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'd say that was more inside the pitch though. I like that when you're
like
putting it in
Inter's
there.
goal the other night,
Like who's sorry, mate?
the disallowed one.
Aye.
No, I'm saying if I'm like can visibly see like I'm bigger than these centre halves, just put the ball in the box.
What's your take?
No, I like it. 100%. The amount of assists Trent and Robertson have had the other years with that early cross for deep it's been amazing. So.
Are Dundee? Are you worried for Dundee?
Nah.
Think they'll be alright?
No, I think it's obviously
St Johnstone, Ross County?
Aye, I think that's it. I think the two will be the two down there. And I'm not happy that they're doing, but I'm happy that, well, they're not out it yet with Dundee, but I hope Dundee stay in. As we've said for the last sort of few months, I like the way Dundee play.
I think having Simon Murray on the form he's in as well, doesn't it? I think they must have so much confidence that they're going to score goals. Because somebody that scored, 25 goals already a season or something, so I think they'll be alright as well.
I think whoever finishes second last is safe.
Do you?
Yeah.
But
I think they'll easily beat whoever's
Livingston jinx her.
coming up. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that with Livingston.
how about, do you know how Livingston are?
But Livingston aren't guaranteed to be.
They need to
the
play,
team
obviously,
come up,
Thistle or Ayr, who'll play each other.
I think whoever's finishes second last in the Premier League will be.
I think they'll be favourites as well.
Will be easy.
I think it'll be tough, Livy, but I do look at that Livy St Johnstone game and think like Livy played really well and lost. Do you know what I mean?
But Livy knocked out Roskilde.
And that was St Johnstone.
Aye, away in the league. And that's St Johnstone
That was
who
St Johnstone.
was
That
bottom of the league guy.
Yeah.
I just thought they played well that game and lost the game. Do you know what I mean?
Andrew signed a new deal.
I was on last week, then saying no.
I know, but just
Do it again, for fuck's sake, Andy.
fucking flying. Mate.
Aye.
Looking forward to pre-season.
No.
Mate, German pre-seasons are meant to be fucking horrendous.
I can imagine it'll be tough. Aye.
Roscoe messaged me, Ross McCormick. Hi mate, like this is so random. Mate. It's like a Wednesday morning. Hi mate, just let Andy know that German pre-seasons are really tough. I'm like, just you fucking text him and tell him.
You need to send me that. I need to hear
I was
that.
like, all right mate, thanks. I'll let him know. It was like 2 days ago.
Pre-season is fucking brutal, innit? I don't know about yours, but see when you get, say you get 4 weeks after summer, see within like 3-4 days, I'm thinking about pre-season. Straight away, I'm just thinking about it. I only get 3.5 weeks left.
Has he spoke about pre-season?
No, not yet.
I think this week will be the week that he kind of tells you.
Aye, maybe now we're safe. Aye, but we went to a place in Holland, last year, and it was fucking amazing, mate. Like facilities and that. So like, I'm looking forward to going back there again. So we're going there again, but obviously you just don't know what the managers.
Is he big on like his fitness coach, or like does he go with
It's still the
fitness
same.
stats and
So it's
stuff?
still no, he's massive on stats. You will not leave the pitch until you hit his target for the day. And
What, in training?
if the session's done and there's 4 that haven't hit the target, the full
Yeah.
run to make
I
up the
love
numbers.
that. Do you? I love it.
I find
mate,
I find it easier with fitness coaches. See, when fitness coaches like
Oh, he'll take
take
it.
charge of stuff, I think you get away with a lot more.
He'll
like,
take
I
it.
think it's easier.
But seeing the flip side, right? So see
You're
your
just
easy,
running a bit
your
for the
easy
sake of
days are Thursday, right? So I think a Thursday's 3k. That's the easiest day. See me halfway through it, and it's like, right, done. That's it, 3k. Do you know what I mean? So
That's
like,
so
it stops like that, mate. It's no like
I know.
we're not
You can't
going
go over
another
it.
15 minutes. To, like, he's massive on his numbers.
I do like that too now.
But I don't mind it either, because you've got it in mind that, say for example, I want the players to do 60k this week. So it's like
That's what they need
we
to hit.
design the session to make sure they hit their numbers. But it works both ways, you know what I mean? Thursday, sometimes you want an extra kick about the ball. It's like, no, that's it, done, get in. And you're
How
not
does
out of the
Tony
extras.
find the runs after training?
Mate, Tony's a high. Like, Tony's
Is he?
one of the highest all the time.
Could you gaze a name of who usually doesn't make it? No.
Don't think I
Slattery.
could. No, Slat's high as well.
Is he?
Aye.
Right, who's a plodder?
I can't fling
Can't fling boys under the
Slat.
bus. You do like that now?
No, but you get players just run. I feel just run about for the sake of it.
Oh, you'll snuff that out. You
Aye.
can see that, can't you?
And do you think there'll be a few new additions? Who have you signed, boy for Dundee? McGee?
Jordan McGee, aye.
Good signing McGee, innit?
Signing aye.
I think when you're a club like Motherwell and you've got similar budgets to like your Kellys and your Dundees and all these type of boys, I think you need players that know the league well. I think Derek McInnes and Stephen Robinson have done that for years, haven't they? They always recruit boys that have done well in the leagues, and I think Jordan McGee's a good one for us, and we'll probably. I think it's hard because we've got so many players out of contracts. At this stage, you don't know who's staying, who's leaving, to know how many you need to bring in. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it'll be one of them? Because you usually sign about 30 players every transfer, don't you? Do you think it'll be one of them where he's just bringing in like less numbers but more quality? Or do you hope?
Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. Aye.
Between you and McGee, you'll have every position covered.
Aye, I know he plays.
Mate, you
he
could
plays
fuck him
everywhere,
anywhere,
doesn't
couldn't you?
He
He does a
plays
job, doesn't
everywhere.
he? Do you think Motherwell ever like just go for all? What are you laughing at?
I thought you were going to say something.
No, like all like see like a Shankland did it and just like see if you brought in a
I
McGee,
break the budget for it.
just break the budget and go and get one fucking player that could make the difference.
It's who would do it. Do you know what I mean? Like what player would? Because I think even if Shankland, you're saying break the bank, he's still not going to pay what he's getting at Hearts. And then if say you matched it, would you leave Hearts to go to Motherwell when he's the captain? It's hard, isn't it?
I think like a Cillian that could come in for Shankland and give him. Dale's got that in him, ain't he? Nah.
Yeah, I don't think you're not leaving Hearts to go to Kelly, are you?
If they gave him their money, he would, nah.
Contract's up though, no?
Is he definitely not staying with Hearts?
Nah, it doesn't look like
Doesn't
it's
look like it,
does it?
does
What about your toughest pre-season, mate?
I didn't mind pre-season.
You're quite fit,
When I was
weren't you?
younger, yeah.
He's one of them, mate. You could literally drink 20 pints and run the next day, couldn't you?
I hate
Not
That's
quite,
the worst
but-
type.
Maybe when I was younger, yeah, but no, I didn't mind pre-season. Strachan's pre-seasons were hard, but I enjoyed them because I felt like there's no skill to running. I was like, it's just running. There's no nerves. And I'd always I found it quite easy.
Oh no, I'd get nervous running.
Yeah, I'd get nervous as well.
Yeah.
It was when the boys
See, the
came
thing
out,
is,
I get nervous.
I graft over the summer, mate.
I
graft over the summer. Like, before we go back, I put it in to try and make sure I go back fit. And you look at social media, people are on holiday for 3 weeks thinking that they come back and they're fitter than you. It's like, what? So it's like people like you, I hate that. In fact, you can just drink and get up the next day and run.
I wouldn't do anything over this. I was like, this is my holiday. I'm not doing anything.
Would you drink? You'd drink like the rest of the summer, wouldn't you?
No, I'd enjoy my summer, yeah. And then, but I knew I'd be okay. I knew I could come back in and I might need 2 or 3 days beforehand, get myself ready, and then I was sound.
No, Strachan's on that. Decanios pre-season's what a fucking sick joke, mate. You know to drink water?
No, that's not right.
You're like, what are you talking about? He's like, no water.
The full
Your
session.
mouth is like a fucking tumble dryer, mate, honestly.
Strachan's was hard as well.
Strachan's is hard to
Strachan the hardest.
Did you do the runway? Remember the runway?
1200s.
Oh, 800s. And he's just standing, commentating through the full thing. No,
character
you're not making the time. He's not going to make the time. He's going to need to go again.
Oh, no.
Remember that? What was the one that Strachan used to do? It was like a 12-minute run. And it was laps of the pitch.
Mate, first day back, it's 8 laps of the track. 12 minutes you've got to get 8 laps of the track. It's fucking sick.
Remember the one he'd blow the whistle and you wouldn't know for how long?
Oh, that's a lie. So you don't know if you've got 3 minutes left or 10 minutes left?
Yeah.
It's just a mental battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fitness coaches as well. See when they shout at you, you're like, shut. I'll ram that whistle right up your arse if you do not shut up, man. They're so busy.
I can imagine Isco Bryce's pre-season being hard.
Oh, ours will be tough, mate. But ours is, we'll do I do shuttle runs across the box, but everything's usually a possession. You need to sprint to the next possession. Do you know what I mean? That's where you get your running.
What was the one you did at full pitch?
Kenny McDowell, full. You do
that's
1K. So I think it's 10 there and backs. And you need to get in. You need to try.
Monday that.
It's
Monday that.
Do you know who had hard runs? Big Dunk. Yeah, where you hit every line on the pitch.
Oh, 6, 18.
6,
Kenny
18,
McDowell as well.
Half, opposite 18, back, 6 back, full length back. He'd do it twice a week. Horrible. Wow. Horrible, yeah.
And would he stand and shout during it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is shit.
Yeah,
Big Dunk.
Yeah.
Just want to assault people, innit?
Fucking, that's what they spoke about in that show, wasn't it?
It was like fucking Crime Watch, mate, wasn't it? Just all his fucking guilty or not guilty in this one. He's like, guilty. I think. What? Tell about being a young player under Derek McInnes.
Yeah. So I was saying to Cider when I went the first time I went on loan there. So this is when I was a Celtic reserve player and we were out all the time, and he pulled me after training. So talking about how he was good man manager, and he's pulled me after training one day and he's like, look, just to let you know this is happening, I'm not bothered, you're here, you're training every day, you're good for me, but just to let you know, one of your neighbours had a complaint into Celtic about parties and stuff going on. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. So Celtic sent someone out to look at, to inspect what was going on. So the neighbours brought...
Tom Boyd, wasn't it?
The neighbours brought someone from, I don't know who went there, from Celtic, has come out to my neighbours. They went out on the balcony and I'm saying it was just the off chance, but out on my balcony then there was a bin bag with loads of bottles of drink and stuff and fucking empty bottles of vodka and stuff like that. And but he was telling me all of this. I had no idea this had happened. Celtic never told me or anything. And he was like, look, it doesn't bother me, you're here, but just to let you know that that's happening. And I remember going back later on that day thinking, fuck, I've really fucked. I need to get my shit together. And but he'd never mentioned it again, or he was brand new.
What a guy for telling you something.
Yeah.
Getting your heads up. Imagine that Tosh McKinley and Tom Boyd driving out to his house, the Celtic Park.
Inspecting.
You'd have been sweating though once you found out they were out inspecting them, wouldn't you?
Oh,
I had the fear. Straight out, I was like...
I know, but it never stopped you, did it? Mate, that flat was a fucking... That was a godsend, mate.
It was good, yeah.
Did you go out a lot together?
Constantly, mate.
Was that the carbon
days, wasn't it? Cushion days.
Carbon cushion.
Who was all the names there?
Was there ever big names that would come back?
Nah.
Mo Kamara came back once.
Yeah.
Remember?
What?
Mate, the most bizarre thing. You wake up and Mo Kamara's lying on his couch. And I remember Mo Kamara just appeared randomly, mate. So you wake up and I was still steaming. I'm like, what's happening with you, Mo? The man's like, gaffer, wanker for life, man. got the Strachan a wanker for life. I was in fucking tears, man. Mad Mo Kamara sitting on your couch, mate. I was like, you want a cup of tea, Mo? He was like, yeah, mate, yeah.
Cup of tea. Wanker for
Who else, Kate? There must have been another couple of big names. Remember I found you had a pair of skiddy boxers and I put them in your lift?
You talk shit.
I know how you feel now. It's all right.
What other nights did you have?
No. I'm not throwing anyone else under the bus like that.
Who all went out?
You just flung Mo under it, man.
Mo Kamara, that was so funny, mate. Who else? There'd be nothing the usual. Who they went out? Big Charlie, mate? Younger boys?
Nah, like would have been younger boys like Dino, Midge and stuff like that.
Midge would have done a couple of... Remember Dino was naked in your living room singing Drop It Like It's Hot?
Drop It Like It's Hot. Standing there naked, clicking his fingers.
Oh, mate, that flat was literally used as a fucking...
What would you do to go back for a week?
Oh, anything, mate. Well, we're basically doing that now, innit? We're reliving it now, mate. Fucking some buzz, man. Who was the house that you would always go back to? Was there a player that got a flat early doors and you'd always go back?
Lucas Djukovic, who's just retired.
What a player.
Just
I played
retired
with
from
my
Birmingham.
So where was that, Middlesbrough?
Middlesbrough, Big Duke, his was a gaff, aye.
Oh, is that
That was a house party every week.
Oh, amazing.
Mate,
Who'd all be in that? Who'd be in
Well, I
that?
remember Woody coming back once, Jonathan Woodgate coming back once, and it was fucking weird because Woody would always go out, but see, because he's from Middlesbrough, he'd go up with his pals, he wouldn't even hang about with us.
Right.
Remember him coming back one night, it's like, fucking hell.
That's amazing.
Class, aye.
Yeah.
But he was mad into his house music, so if he came back, he just controlled the music, put on the house music, and he would just sit in a dark corner, mate.
What
Loved
a guy. What a link for Be Inspired. We used to wear Be Inspired all the time when we were at, didn't we?
Yeah, I actually got the boys they're in the same golf club now.
You're in the same golf club as the Be Inspired boys?
Yeah.
And do you know where he plays golf every week?
Well,
Drop It Like It's Hot.
No, because now I look like a dick.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Glen Eagles.
oh,
Brilliant, big man.
he must be good then.
Good for you, mate.
I'm getting good, yeah.
What shit?
8.2.
A handicap? How can you be a 0.2? So just 8.
I mean,
I'd
golfers...
That's a golf wanker, isn't it? 8.2, you're at 8, mate.
8.2.
8.2.
I'd love to play around a golf for you too, mate.
Well, us too.
I'd love to see you two play
Well, St
golf.
Andrews was
That was one of the most depressing days of my life. I
You
don't know
want
if
a
people
bit of
enjoy
that
that.
You want a bit of that.
What about a bag, mate, and trainers, I remember.
I mean, it's
So hungover.
outrageous that you two have played Old Course or could have played it.
Well, some of you will know Be Inspired is our official clothing partner. Be Inspired was founded in 2013 by friends and ex-SPL players Mark and Robbo with a vision to create premium menswear that stands out from the crowd.
All new styles have landed at Be Inspired HQ and you don't want to miss out. Shop their best-selling twin sets, shorts, tees, just in time for a nice weather.
Big Wimmer's got the full range, isn't
He
he?
does, aye.
Big Wimmer's
Cheerleader
going to be
lot
wearing that.
for the nice weather.
You can shop the latest drop it online at beinspiredclothing.com and in-store at Glasgow St Enoch, Glasgow Silverburn, Newcastle Metro Centre and Dundee Overgate.
We conductor here, mate. You just do that. Do you? Just for our open goal listeners, we're giving you 10% off your first online purchase. Simply use code GOAL at checkout as a way of saying thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Can't have me that.
Come on, you wee pussy, up. Read that last bit.
Got to expect this. We've been told the camera just stays with you because we can't keep flicking from image to image for the promos. So if you just get going.
The link to score yourself some new gear is available in our video description below. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
Good tune.
How good is that, mate?
Good tune.
I was at that guitar player last night. Play Pink Pony Club. He's like, mate, I just played it 5 minutes ago. Fuck off. How good are the guitar players in Ginty, so mate?
Oh no, live music is the best.
He doesn't like it.
But I don't like live music.
Why not?
I fucking love
He
live
hates it. He
music.
detests live music, mate. He's a creep.
Mate, that's one of my pet peeves. I meant to say earlier, as in, see what he said earlier about being an awkward conversation. See, when I'm talking to somebody, he'll come out to me and say to me in the person, that looks so awkward. But after he says it, mate, it has become so awkward. He fucking does it with everybody when I'm
It
talking.
was at you and Roscoe in London, wasn't it?
Oh, mate.
They were, I could see them and it was awkward, mate. I need to be honest.
Yeah, Wednesday, mate, we'll just talk fucking about whatever. And then he says it, and then after that, the two of yous are scrambling just to come up with it. Okay, that could be the worst feeling ever, mate.
Right, well, here, this is where you do come into your own, mate. Rangers v Celtic review.
Well, no, well, you take it away. I want to find out for you.
First of all, was a draw a fair result? Yes, for me.
Aye. I thought Celtic had way more control of the game, didn't they? Rangers probably had more shots and kind of half decent opportunities, but the best chance is obviously Maeda at the end, isn't it? When Maeda goes through, you think that's it, last kick of the game. But I think a draw was a fair result. I think it's one of the old firms, isn't it, where in 10 years' time you're going to see a goal and think, what game's that for? Because it wasn't a classic at all, it wasn't a great watch.
Did Rangers get after Celtic?
I thought Rangers' press was quite weird and strange that they went with a diamond, and I thought Celtic should have done so much better against the diamond than what they actually did.
I agree. I thought Celtic got the ball in so many areas with loads of space, didn't they? And just never really hurt Rangers with it. Front three were quite quiet for Celtic. Maeda's usually rips up in this fixture, didn't he? And he was quite, I thought Jamesy was probably the liveliest at the front three, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't believe when they took him off. I was quite surprised when they took him off.
What was this, the diamond for Rangers? So how were they working that as in pressing?
I think
they gave up the fullbacks, didn't they?
Well,
Celtic never made best use of the fullbacks.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's because Celtic have been inverting their fullbacks. They probably think Celtic are going to invert into the pitch and it's easier for them to press. But
Celtic were doing that and then it was them or nothing because they didn't need to invert. All the space on the outside. But
that's what I mean. So then you have a plan of they're going to come in. Then what is Celtic going to do? They're going to change and they're going to just tell their fullbacks to stay high and wide.
Yeah.
So then after that, how many times did Hatate pick up a loose ball in the middle of the pitch or take it in a tight area, flip it out to a fullback and they just had the freedom at Ibrox every time?
See, when it got to the fullback, mate, I thought the fullback was passing the ball too quickly at the winger.
They did.
The fullback had so much time and space, and they're passing to the winger who's a fullback a yard away from him. Yeah. You're thinking, just drive with the ball.
2v1.
Aye.
Bring him out and then play your winger. But they weren't. They were just playing the pass far too early for me. And it ended up with Dessers and Sheridan almost going out to the fullbacks, didn't it?
Aye, because they started to get a wee bit wider because it was it Diamandi that was kind of following McGregor, wasn't it? So McGregor would go deeper, the two centre halves would go wide and they would follow them and they would kind of just latch on to the fullbacks after that. But Rangers never really got close to your same pressing. They never really did. They nicked it in a couple of areas, but it was more like Raskin in that centrally. And it went out wide, Celtic had just had so much space.
Idah's chance. He's obviously a striker. Should he score?
Yeah, I think,
What did you do wrong?
Maybe lacked a bit of composure. I don't know. I think he's had a bit of a harsh season. Like, it's hard to keep coming in and out. And then when he kind of does get the chance, I thought he'd done well like mid-season when he came in, and then Maeda went and started playing up front and done unbelievably well, where he's like, right, I thought I was in, and then Maeda comes in and he's like, right, I think I've lost my place kind of to the winger. Whereas I think like confidence for him is massive. Like, you'll all know, like, as a player, confidence is probably the best thing you can have. And I think he's kind of been fighting that all season. He's done well, like, to get his goal, but I do think like he will know himself that there's chances where he can score and do better all round, but
it's a killer for him that Rangers go straight up the pitch and score.
It always makes it look worse.
Because even every Dessers replay that showed him missing before it, they never just showed Dessers' goal. It was like him missing, then Rangers going up the pitch and scoring. What a pass for Hatate.
For the chance, aye. Hatate was Celtic's best player again for me.
So somebody messaged me last night at Celtic saying, how can you say, please don't say tomorrow Hatate was Celtic's best player, and talk about how good Engels was. I thought Engels for 25 minutes was really good, you said, and then after that I thought Hatate was, I agree, Celtic's best player.
By a mile for me, like not even close.
And then Raskin for Rangers.
Aye, I think Raskin's been the best player on the pitch the last the old firms. Now that doesn't mean that Rangers are a better team than Celtic. I think everybody knows or no, but I think he just even when Rangers are in the game, you can see how much he's tried to stamp his own authority in the game. Like, how many times does he turn the ball over for Rangers and then just drive with the ball and just add that bit of
That was the best I've seen him on the ball, and I agree in the old firms he's been really good at stopping attacks and winning the ball back, but I thought he was really good on the ball yesterday.
I thought Diamandi was good as well, but I was saying that to Slane in the car. I thought Rangers had a lot more pass marks than Celtic in terms of individual performances, but they still draw the game, mate. Do you know what I mean? So Celtic are like no playing well in these games. You always think if Celtic are not going to play well, you should go and win as a Rangers team at Ibrox, but Celtic don't even need to play well, really, did it? To come away with a draw.
Were Celtic poor?
I don't think. I just think the game was poor. I don't really think.
But see if they've got a lot of control.
I'm saying Rangers had individual pass marks. I don't think Rangers were great. I think a draw was a fair result.
But see if
it was
they've got
a bad game, wasn't it?
It was a bad game.
Was it?
It was a bad game.
But see if they've got a lot of control. What is it then? Were they keeping it at the back? Or?
Well, I was saying last week when I thought Rangers would win the game because I thought Celtic would be almost a wee bit stubborn in terms of how they play and try and build and play through the thirds. again, I don't think Rangers turned Rangers enough. In terms of a pass, I'm not saying just sharing it in behind, but I don't think, like how many times as well, it's the best Tav's been against Maeda individually, and it was because Taylor was playing straight balls into Maeda, and Tav was just latching on to him and just intercepting it. But the first time Maeda spins him behind, Celtic score. So for Celtic's goal, it's like Taylor gets the ball, Tav goes to get tight, Maeda spins and they spin it in the channel and they score. Like, I don't think they'd done that enough. I don't think they had enough runners in behind to try and sort of stretch Rangers and threaten them in behind. It was all kind of in front of Rangers. That's why, as much as they had control, I don't think they never really caused Rangers that much problems with it. But that's why I said in the chat, I thought Engels started the game well in the first 20 minutes because he was getting acres of space.
Kept pulling out into that wee area, didn't he?
Aye, but I don't think Celtic were forceful enough when they got in the areas,
No.
Then again,
kept trying to play down the side, didn't he? And it kept getting caught. I thought, again, you could drive with the ball a wee bit more,
Aye.
Pulling into loads of space, desperate to pass the ball. Just drive with the ball, draw somebody out, then play. I think Celtic were in too much a rush to pass the ball instead of driving forward a wee bit. Especially in that middle area of the pitch. I wanted to ask you, because I think I asked you yesterday, if you could take one, Idah or Dessers, who would you take?
I think with this season, you would have to say Dessers this season.
Well, just in general, if you could take one next year for your team, who would it be?
I'm not overly a big fan. This season, I'm not a big fan, as in, don't think the link-up plays good, both of them. I think Idah's still younger, he obviously has to improve. But what I've seen, what I've seen this season, it would have to go with Dessers.
Yes?
I would probably go Dessers as well, but I don't feel as if I've seen enough of Idah, to be honest with you.
A good a run with him.
The thing is I think Maeda's Celtic's best striker, so if you're asking me if I'm taking Maeda and Dessers, it's a bit easier, but I don't feel as if I've seen enough of Idah, and I know he divides opinion, Dessers, but he's no Rangers' biggest problem, that's for sure. I actually think he takes the goal extremely well. He does really well. He hold off skills, and I think the pass for Diamandi, the dummy for Czerny.
Just before he shoots, that little quick touch is brilliant.
The skills need to dive in. Can you just protect the goal and force him back? He tries to nick the ball, doesn't he? Is there a need to try and nick the ball?
Too strong for him. Like, he kind of holds him off, and Scales. I think Scales needs to be stronger.
He needs to try and stay goal side as well, doesn't he?
That's what I mean.
As soon as
he almost
Dessers gets that sideline,
I think Dessers' problem this season is because Rangers' season was so bad, they needed someone to blame, and he happens to be the one. But I still think he's like a good striker. He gets into positions to score. Another season he could convert. Imagine he converted all of his chances. He'd have like 40 goals or something. He still has had a really good scoring season.
What about you? Interesting.
Rather play without a striker.
False nine.
False nine,
So what did you think of the game yesterday? Were you quite disappointed in Celtic?
I was disappointed. I didn't think they made the best use of Rangers' formation. I found it quite baffling how Rangers played, to be honest with you, with Diamond, like I said, getting up the sort of wider areas, but I didn't think Celtic done enough to exploit it. I thought they played on the one side of the pitch too many times as well, mate.
Aye.
Times where it was on just to come back out to the opposite fullback and really have that 2v1 on the other side, but continue to go down, try and play through balls that Rangers would cut out and then counter them. I thought Celtic could have done better with the possession.
McGregor said that after the game, that he said that Rodgers was talking about half time, was switch the play quicker, so it was getting caught down the one side and just sort of attacking quickly. I thought the game kind of just seemed to pass Celtic by in certain areas of the, because I thought with the amount of control they had for the 25th minute to about the 60th minute, Celtic never created many chances, did they? And then I thought the last half hour became a bit more at the end, but I actually felt as if there was going to be a goal in the game in the last half hour. The Rangers have a couple of half chances. The one that breaks to Raskin, kind of the edge of the box. He found a couple of areas in the second half, and then that one made his chance at the end. Again, he does great for that, mate. He's tackle. But his speed gets him into the position, but he's almost running too fast for his own good at the end, didn't he? He takes one bigger touch. Not a good one for Maeda. That I don't think he's good when he's got that, because he had a lot of time, didn't he, to think about it. I think he's better just the instinct finishes, isn't it? His last touch just gets away from him for a wee bit. How quick did he look? Yeah.
Should there have been a penalty, Rangers?
I don't think it's a penalty.
No.
What about you? Are you disappointed that Celtic have obviously failed to beat Rangers in the last 3 games?
I made a complete arse myself again during the week. And I mean, it's almost looking like I'm just so Celtic, one-sided, but it's no. Getting into the game, Celtic scored 15 goals in 3 games, obviously different. It's a team at a sort of low of the league, but 15 goals in 3 games. Rangers, barely won a game leading into that game. So I'm thinking, building into that game, I'm thinking Celtic are going to go here and it's going to be it'll be very tough for Rangers. And then again, just seems like they're no in this fixture. They're just not performing.
Do you think it is? Do you think there's a big part of the fact that in these 3 fixtures the kind of league's been done? Does that come into it?
Yeah, I think Rangers this season, their thing, any good results they've had, I think, is games where there's no real pressure. They're not expected to go and win. Like Europe, they had such a good run because I think it was games where it was, and they're expected to lose. And as a play, like that's the easiest game to go in and play. There's no nerves, there's no expectation. I think it's quite easy. Whereas games where they're expected to go and win, like St Mirren, Motherwell or anyone else, they're like, that's when they falter. Everyone's expecting Celtic to win, so it's like if they lose, we're expected to lose. I think it like gives them a free hit. I think that's where it's like I think it's a pressure thing.
Surely by an old firm though that and even the one in January when I know the Celtic were away ahead of the league, but surely they've got to be performing better than that. That's no coming down to that all because the league's won. Do you know what I mean?
Because nobody goes into a Celtic Rangers game like, the league's won. I'll go through the motions here, do they?
It baffles me how in these fixtures how poor Celtic have actually been. I think that's the last 3 or 4.
I thought the game yesterday felt like that.
Like it was a sort of just get through it.
Yeah.
I think from a Rangers point of view, I think the style of the game suits Rangers in terms of Rangers struggle to break down a low block when they're the ones that are supposed to have control of the game. It's not really what suits them. Whereas I think Celtic having more of the ball, Rangers kind of force them into areas to try and nick it and counter attack. I think that suits this Rangers team. I think that's why they've been good in Europe as well. But it's been more surprising from a Celtic point of view why they've no.
So what is that the Rangers need then, Andy? Is that better players or is it a better system that they need?
A better style for me.
Do you think you could get that with these players? Because like, the level that perform against Celtic and Fenerbahce is, surely these players are capable of breaking down Motherwell and St Mirren's.
Aye, they should be. I still think they need more quality in their team, definitely. But I've said it all season. I think they've got enough to domestically beat everybody outside Celtic, no doubt about it. But again, I think that kind of lack of style comes back to bite them in certain games. So
is this like to break these teams down? Is it more creative players that they need? Is that what we're looking at? Like, is it a midfielder that can create, a winger that can
move the ball quicker, players running behind more? I think there's like loads of things that I think Celtic do that Rangers don't. I think Celtic have certain rotations, certain patterns to move teams within their shape. I think teams will probably tell you that it's a lot easier to contain Rangers and keep Rangers in Celtic, certain areas where I think everybody tries it with Celtic, but because how quickly they move the ball, how every player's always moving, every player's always rotating, players are running behind, they're stretching the game, they're making it big, and it's so much harder. And I don't think Rangers do that.
I think it comes down to their mentality as players.
Do you think? Yeah. Is creating chances a mentality thing too?
I think it comes to like, they're going to see those games where they're expected to win. They don't win, and they'll get draws and stuff and they don't play well. And I think it's a lot of players in it not being able to handle pressure of playing for Rangers, where you need to win, or like Celtic or Rangers, you need to win every single week. And it's the games where they're not expected to win, that's when they have these really good results.
But surely these players are going into every game wanting to win. Like,
I think it's when teams sit off, it's when teams sort of sit.
So that then comes to a style, doesn't it? No mentality.
Struggle to break them down, aye.
I don't know.
I mean,
like, how can you say players don't want to go and like win? Of course they do.
No, everyone wants to win, but there's a thing of when you're expected to win, like anything other than a win is a bad result here. I don't think they've handled that.
See on Raskin, Andy, where was he playing yesterday in that diamond? What was he?
He was in the middle of the three, so Barham was on the right hand side.
Now we had he's Rangers' best player. Should they cash in on the summer or keep him for next year? Because you would think you need to build a team around him now.
I think if you get a right good fee from, which I think you can, I think you'd sell him. Aye.
What sort of level do you think you could play at? You play in the Premier League?
I think he could play in the Premier League. He might probably need to go a step up before he gets to like a really good Premier League side, but I think Rangers for years, isn't they? Like, anytime somebody's done well, you know, your Ryan Kent, your Morelos, your Tav kind in the prime, like, it's always been like build the team around them, whereas I think Celtic have sold them and then bought again and bought young, and again it's that sort of project model that you're talking about. I don't think Rangers can just keep holding on to their assets and think we'll build around them. I think if a fee comes in that's good enough, I think you have got to. I think you've got to part ways with him. But for me, he's obviously got Rangers Player of the Year. I think he's definitely been Rangers' best player this year. But I think it's in these bigger games. I think in Europe and in the Old Firm games this year is the ones where he's actually really stood it.
Is there anything with your debate last week that you went home and you thought, I should have said that?
Nah.
After you got schooled, did you not?
I never get schooled, so fucking forget that. I never get schooled. No, I get caught out a wee bit when they said the Engels were number 6. That flung me a wee bit, and I struggled to get back into that sort of argument.
So on the game yesterday as well, who was better, Engels or Raskin?
I don't really, to be honest with what he'd be dragged into it. Si, he'd be perfectly honest.
That's gone. Move on.
We're moving on now.
What do you think?
But Raskin was better.
I thought Hatate and Raskin were the two best players on the pitch.
I seen a lot. What I did say was that Engels getting a lot of criticism again.
He started really well
online.
I think the game just passed him by again, mate.
But do you think, Andy?
I thought agreed first 20 minutes, but then I thought he just kind of fell out the game. An area where he's always good at set pieces. His set pieces yesterday were poor, which is not like him.
And do you know what I've spoken about in the past? It's his personality. See, when he gives a couple of balls away, I think he goes a wee bit. Which I don't think you can do it, say it like me.
Well, and again, I just think as a midfielder, right, in that game, you need to do more off the ball as well. And like, you've got good quality, you've got a good right foot, but we're talking about Raskin, like intercepting balls, nicking balls, driving forward. I don't remember Engels making a tackle.
Said that in the last game as well, didn't he? When he was just sitting, if you're not having a good game on the ball, have a good game off it.
We looked at the stats in the Halliday, we were doing the stats on the game. We sit for an hour in the car park.
Some laughing your motor, mate. Can I get a lift back with you? That sounds like a fucking belter.
We were outside there for an hour in the car park looking through all the stats before we got it. Fucking brilliant. And was it 0 tackles?
0 tackles, I think it was 1 tackle attempted, but it was a foul.
Am I right until the 2 subs came on, Idah and Rice? They were the first 2
bookings?
Or no, Kenny. They were the first 2 books.
No. Barry Ferguson was. Barry Ferguson.
You need to join getting the motor next week.
You need to start coming out with these two. Well, Jota's going to be it for 9 months. He broke his leg running for a bus with a wee guy in Finiston.
Brilliant.
Is it a big blow for Celtic?
Obviously he's a right good player, Jota.
But he needed a pre-season badly, didn't he?
Fucking hell. So he did. So he's going to obviously boot. But I think it's no big problem for the left. Maeda can go out to the left. He's exceptional there. It's a centre forward Celtic need to now going by for me. Need to go. Proper heavy and get a centre forward.
Heavy. Imagine Michael Nicholson. Right, Brendan, we've just been told we need to go proper heavy on this.
So do you think with Jota being injured that Maeda will play on the left next year?
Aye. I think so, because they know how good he is for there.
But why? I'd play him up front. You get your 30 goals a season there.
No, you could, but it's whether you know how good he is going to be. But then you same argument as a striker. I don't know. I just feel I would like Celtic to go out and get a centre forward. And then,
didn't you get a centre forward that's better than Maeda up front for the money you're going to pay?
I think you could get Kyogo back.
I think it gives them a good option where Celtic can wait, and if a really good striker comes up or if a really good winger comes up, and they can kind of like whatever one is the better option.
It's a fantastic.
Then they can like make
decision.
They can move Maeda around that kind of thing.
I did everything to get Kyogo though.
Did you?
Everything to get him back.
Proper heavy.
Going heavy.
The mad thing is there actually would be a chance as well.
I know.
He's not playing at all, is he?
What about
But does he suit how I think Rodgers prefers a bigger guy up there, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's mad on Kyogo, do you?
I think he would take him back, aye.
Think?
Aye. Well, you're saying he's mad. I don't think he's... I think he probably prefers Maeda up front over Idah, didn't he?
What about Vardy?
I think Kyogo had to adapt his game for Rodgers rather than Rodgers like adapted to him. So I'm with you. I think
like dropping in a lot more than he was.
I think Rodgers prefers like a bigger focal point striker.
Yeah.
How
hard did he get to?
Yeah. He likes Maeda up front though, doesn't he? He's not that type, man.
I'd play Maeda up front every week next year, mate.
But I think he plays Maeda like reluctantly up front. I don't think that's the way he would like to play.
What do you think is Maeda's best position?
Winger.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you think? I think centre forward.
I think they both equally as good, to be honest. But I think where he plays depends on who Celtic get. So I think they'll look at strikers and they'll look at wingers and whatever one they prefer. Maeda will play the other position. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the beauty they've got, that they feel as if they can toss them the ball for them equally as well.
Do you think he's happy just to do that? Maeda will just...
Oh mate, he doesn't.
Give a fuck, nah.
I reckon he's never moaned in his life.
Is Jordan McGee into?
I can't see Maeda have been there. I think he'll be away in the summer.
Do you?
Think so?
He's been the level he's hit this season, surely. And I mean, I'm talking big clubs would be looking at him now.
Do you think he might look at Keogh going that and thinking leaving, no playing?
Potentially, but I just think with the level he's hit, even in Europe as well, I think big clubs will be coming in for him. And in his the way he plays as well, after the ball only, but I think he would fit into a lot of sort of big teams here in Europe.
Anyone else you worry about losing? We always talk about who's coming in.
Well, I was going to ask you, has Cameron Carter-Vickers ever been linked with away for Celtic?
EK.
Did you?
DK.
It was close. It
DK, it was close.
Wasn't it? Very close.
Do you think for how consistently been the best defender in the league for so many seasons, you think you'd have more people after him?
Do you think bigger teams look at his height? I don't know.
Maybe, but it's surprising that nobody's came in for him.
I mean, a while back now, I got a bit of criticism that Celtic need that left centre half position. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I still think Scales is better than what people say. Now, can you improve him? I think you can improve that position, but I think he's the Celtic scapegoat. You're talking about Dessers. I think it's
Me?
I think it's Scales. No, you're talking
He was. No, he was. You're right.
You were talking about it.
You there?
You were talking about Dessers being it for it. I think it's Scales for Celtic.
Do you?
I think any time Celtic lose a game, it's us. You need better than Scales, but he could do better for the goal 100%. But
he not lose his man?
Yesterday, Liam Scales, was
No.
Did you
But
not
then
lose his man as well?
is your worry so the fact they spent 30 million on the free players and they've not came in and been amazing?
I like people to replace him.
Uh-huh.
I actually thought, like we've said how well Greg Taylor's done since he's came back to the team. I don't think he had a great game yesterday.
No, I agree.
But I was saying to Slane in the car, how as a player, you know what it's like as well. How much worse is it when you've actually got so much time on the ball, and you know if you make a mistake with that much time on the ball, it looks horrendous. I thought Scales and Taylor and Ralston, because they had that much time on the ball.
It's like we're saying, passing the ball fast. The amount of times it got cut out for the two fullbacks for Rangers.
Well, sometimes somebody's pressing makes your decision easy, innit?
Yeah.
It's like take a touch, pop it round.
No, but the recruitment, you're right. The recruitment does worry me slightly because the good signings that have came in, obviously with Jota, he's already been. We knew he'd been at Celtic, done brilliant. Tierney coming in, obviously we know exactly what he's all about. But the ones they signed in the summer, they've not been great at all, have they?
Would you say that was proper heavy last summer?
They did go proper heavy in that, didn't they? Spending 9 million, 11 million or whatever it was. So they did go mad on that.
So even heavier than last summer?
I don't know. I'm not sure that's heavy shit. Why did I fucking say that? But I don't know. It does worry me slightly, aye.
Alright. Cillian played in... No, you never played in a Celtic v Rangers?
No. Never even involved, never in the squad.
That's a killer, innit? See, when you've been involved in the Celtic Rangers game coming on the bench, that's a fucking killer, innit?
I was nowhere near it.
What, at any time?
No.
The Celtic Rangers game?
Nah.
Do you have a wee run?
Must have been it.
No, I'm telling you. I know. It was the time I was in the first team and playing. It was kind of came literally in between the two fixtures.
What would you rather played, a Celtic Rangers game or a Champions League game like you did against Man United? Too easy.
Now I can look at it and say Celtic Rangers because I'd done Champions League anyway, away from Celtic. So I would, Celtic, not being involved in a Celtic Rangers game is one of the things where I wish I was.
See the Man United game, I don't think I've ever asked this, when did you know you were starting?
I think it was the morning of or the day before.
Shit.
I remember because who was injured? Samaras was injured.
Must have been more than just one player for you to get a game.
Samaras was injured, Hesselink was injured, Craig Beattie was injured.
Did you think at that time, a couple of days before, I could maybe start you?
I thought he'd go with just Scott McDonald up front, and then he pulled me in the day before. It must have been the day before.
Pulled you in where he's office?
Yeah, and was like, I'm going with you and Scott up front, I'm going with two up front. And then I was like, all right, sound, yeah.
Wow.
What was the score in that game?
It could have been in the morning, 1-1.
Because he's the type, see if he told you 2 days before and you done shape or finishing the next day, he would have taken you out, wouldn't he?
Finished me, yeah.
He would have taken you
But
out.
if you had one in the shape,
He'd
you'd
have
change
taken you out,
it.
mate. He'd have done that, Strachan. 100% now.
I must have, because I remember training before the game and doing free kicks remember it was the time Ronaldo used to have that like dipping free kick when he was just starting.
Don't tell me he was asking you to recreate that.
No. He was potentially worse. He was putting Boruc in the if the wall was in the box, he was putting Boruc in the wall.
What, to stand in the wall?
So he could handle it.
No way.
Yeah.
He did have some mad shit,
Yeah.
Strachan, mate. He was the first I'd seen that put somebody lying underneath the wall.
Then who in the goal?
Players.
Mark Brown.
There'd be like 3 of us back on the line.
And did could you tell the boys were thinking, what the fuck?
We didn't do it in the game, but I remember training for it.
But do you
That is
remember
classic.
we practiced with Strachan if we got an indirect free kick? Do you remember that one? For like fucking 20 minutes, mate, if we get an indirect free kick in the box, what we're doing. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but how many times do you get an indirect free kick and no one knows what to do?
No, but it was like a random game. You go like, we're going to practice indirect free kicks. You're like, what is he talking about, man?
So did
So
you
there
actually
wasn't
do
one
it?
in the box.
The one where you touch it to somebody and he leathers it high. Like, we're all standing in a wall, mate. The jobbie's obviously getting balls off your fucking face.
Oh, that's the one.
And he kept, not do it again, no right. You're like that. Right, sound. Oh, mate.
I can't remember the last time I seen an indirect free kick inside the box.
He did have some weird thing.
Yeah.
Remember he'd always put Aidan lying down and didn't you get Aidan? Aidan like that. And he's lying down, you could tell he was fucking raging about 20 free kicks. And he's like, I did a free kick taker. No, hit it low. He actually wanted Aidan to get scaled to the ball. Were you thinking like, what the fuck?
I remember
What did Artur say?
Huh? Because it was different for a goalkeeper. Obviously,
probably loved
you
it.
probably loved it, yeah. But I can't remember. I'd love to know who. It would have been Sean Maloney taking the free kicks. And I
Right.
just don't think he could get like obviously the same as how Ronaldo was doing it.
Mate, that would be I'd love to see that. Just to go as the one, everybody else in the line.
It's
They
not
go
like,
shot.
Imagine lining up to take a free kick and the goalkeeper's there. Like it would be so off-putting. No,
it's actual genius,
Waiting
isn't it?
line behind them.
Aidan and Artur. What about when?
line up like that.
Remember the time we were on the bench and Gary Perdue kept talking about the ball?
It's not round. It's not round. It's not round, Gordon. It's not round.
The full fuck. He used to do that. All he spoke about was how the ball had an egg in it. I'm telling you, God, that ball's not round.
I remember
He spoke about what do you think there was an egg in the ball, sorry?
I remember.
Remember he called Dougie McDonald.
I remember a pre-season game against Porto for Celtic got invited to play. Remember the goalkeeper Victor Baia?
Yep.
I think it was his testimonial for Porto.
Right.
And so we were over in Portugal on a pre-season and played Porto in their stadium, full stadium. But it like turned into a real feisty game. And Gary Pendry was on the sideline and was something happened in the game and he's turned around to their fans and he's going down. They started chucking all sorts down at him, and then so he's done that, and then they start chucking loads of stuff at him, and then he's going up to the foot. Hey, foot, did you see that? Did you see that? They're chucking all sorts.
That's amazing. Did you have him at Middlesbrough? Oh, I used to talk some about his shite, didn't he?
They'd be stinking a baby every week or all, wouldn't they? He loved that baby Gatsby.
Did he?
Remember he used to demo the volleys? His wee moustache. Eh? Remember? The wee volleys before training?
I hated those.
Oh, I hated them, man.
The thing I remember about
Strachan
most...
would just come up beside you and be like, all right, come on, Cillian, let's see it. Let's see it. And I was terrible at it. Like, I had no coordination around it, just a big fucking donkey at the time. Couldn't do anything. And he was like, come on, let's see it. And it'd be the most simple thing. And I'd make it look like the hardest thing in the world.
The thing I remember the most about Gaz Penty's that Monday morning run, man. That Monday
7! That voice, mate, you're still rough and you
I wasn't in a squad, but I remember it was that season they played Benfica, I think, in the Champions League. I think it was Benfica they played away, and the night before, when you're training in the stadium the night before, and I think because there was people from Benfica watching, and he was like, right, let's scare them. And after the training, done runs to scare them, let's show them how fit we are.
Benfica shitting themselves, mate.
and
Can
was-
say it like a running.
running.
And was
Did
doing
you see that? They were
those
running
runs.
last night.
was doing those box runs.
They were hard,
6. Yeah.
That sums him up, doesn't it?
That's brilliant.
Remember when Gordon Strachan's best ever shot, I told it on here ages ago. We're doing a shooting drill and Gaz Pendry was always loud, wasn't he? He's like, what's Sally going to give us? He's going to kick all that, commentating for the two. And it came to Paddy, he's like, oh, here he is, Paddy, what's Paddy got for us? And for nowhere, Strachan's like, probably a spot on the end of his nose. Paddy was devastated, mate. What's Paddy got for us? Probably a spot on the end of his nose, man. What a shout. So the Old Trafford, was it Old Trafford that had you do well?
Old Trafford,
I came to the game.
Old Trafford, I came on. We were losing 3-0, and I came on.
Oh, and you're buzzing at it. Coming on at 3-0 down, you're buzzing, mate. Not expecting
and then
it.
I remember pressing Johnny Evans in the box, and he's crifed me like in the 6-yard box, and I was like, oh fuck's sake, this is like different. I remember Rooney that day. Rooney and Tevez were played. No, it was Rooney, or maybe that was the home game. I just remember Rooney was like zing every single pass, like everything just like an inch above the grass, and I was like, that's different.
Yeah.
What a team that was, wasn't it?
Amazing. So the home game you started, how was that, like walking out with the Champions League music and that?
Yeah, that's like the thing, everyone says it, the Champions League music is when like you feel it, and it is. That's like,
I thought you were going to say something different now.
Shite
or something,
no, that is like, that's when you're like, shit, I'm here where I used to watch growing up, like that music, and then that hit you, and then that was the game itself. I don't remember too much. I had a chance from a corner that I headed just over the bar, and that's like one of my regrets is not scoring in the Champions League.
Who are you playing up against directly?
Rio and Vidic.
Wow. Bang you a
It's
bit.
a proper back to it.
But I loved that, like, because I'd always fancy myself going up for like 50-50 headers. So it's probably, I don't know what the stats were. I don't know if you looked that up this one.
What will they do?
Should check the way.
I won my fair share, but I don't know if I let the game kind of pass me by. Whereas then when I went back again with Apoel, I was able to like take in more and enjoy more of it.
You know, you played against Barca for Apoel.
What team was that?
Apoel.
No, what Barca team? Who was the manager?
Luis Enrique. 10 years ago. Look at how both of our paths have went.
So he was sitting me in the motor, we getting obviously a little bit rough, and he's like, see that Barca game the other night? I was like, I went, see 10 years ago I was playing against him, and then Luis Enrique was playing in that and I was travelling up to Brecon for a training session on the same night.
Life comes at you fast, eh?
Oh, brilliant.
Was Messi unreal on the night?
Yeah, so the first game we played them, it was like his first season. And at the start, so we played them away in our first game and we lost 1-0 to a set piece. And they weren't great.
Right.
And then once they started to click, when they played us at home, they beat us 4-0. Messi got a hat-trick. I think he got like a header left foot, right foot.
Wow.
And he was a joke. Like ridiculous.
Like,
He's the best, isn't he?
but like he's one of those, every time like you face him up, you know what he's going to do.
Why are you facing him up centre forward and he's right wing?
Because we were Apoel. I was playing like a fucking
Defender,
defensive midfielder almost. It's like when I'd be facing him up and he's going to cut in on his left foot and play like that crossfields, like slew kind of across.
Yeah.
But he would just do it so quickly, and before you know it, it's like on the guy's foot. Who would maybe Pedri or
Pedro.
Yeah. He was ridiculous.
That kills me that Pedro played in that Barca team. That was the one.
Pedro was good for that Barca
I
team.
know, I bet he wasn't there.
That was
I know what you're
Messi,
saying
Neymar, Suarez, that front three.
Wow.
It was Suarez's first goal against us.
Oh, was that his first goal for Barca?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did you get a shirt?
Nah. I was off. I was on the bench. I hate coming back on to ask for a shirt.
Just quickly, any Gravesen things that we've not spoken about on here?
A few, but I don't know if it hasn't been said. He used to always like slaughter me for being so skinny. You need to eat iron. You need iron, lad. And he'd smash like.
What does that mean? Like, what's iron, Tommy?
Remember we'd play like head tennis afterwards in the little
amazing,
indoor bit, and he'd like smash the ball at me and then shout like, you need iron.
Just smash the ball at you.
What am I gonna do? Yeah, like if I'm bigger and you're still smashing the ball at me, what am I supposed to do? I remember one day he lettered it at me in training and Lenny went mad at him. Yeah.
In reserve training?
No, first team. Like the ball was bouncing and he's like, there was no need for him to do it. He's from like here, he's volleyed it like right into my chest. And Lenny's come up after him, pulled him up, like, Tommy, what the fuck you doing, fucker?
Why would he do that, man?
Have you ever kept in touch with him or like spoke to him since?
Text him on Twitter when Ronaldo caned him. I said, you need to kill him, lad. And he says, don't worry, I will. So
Strachan's looking for him, isn't he?
Strachan phoned me asking for his
Strachan
number.
phoned
Supposedly he's on a podcast talking about it this week.
Wow.
Somebody sent us it. He was so funny, mate, wasn't he?
I remember getting a lift with him from like the stadium down to Barrafield or driving up. And I think I had like a driving test coming up or something. And it's like, hey, you laugh, fucking very good, 18, driving test, playing for Celtic. What a life, lad, eh?
He was so happy, wasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
Like, wee things would make him happy.
He's going to be a stand-up comedian.
Are you?
Huh?
You're going to be a stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
Mate, I love that. Putting yourself, you're in the... Didn't you? But you're thinking about it, mate, aren't you?
Maybe.
I love that, mate, I really do. Because that is the hardest industry you could ever attempt to go into.
What, harder than a heart? Like, try to be a heart surgeon?
No, but I'm meaning as in that to go there and try and make people laugh, especially you played football, mate. It's not something that you've done before, do you know what I mean? So, good luck to you, mate.
What comedian, who would you see him being like as a comedian?
Mickey
D.
Flanagan.
Who?
Is it Mickey Flanagan?
Mickey Flanagan.
Aye.
You like him?
Aye, he's not bad, aye.
Anyone else you like? Who do you know like?
Oh, fuck. Where do we start? I actually don't think stand-ups are actually funny. A lot of them. I don't. I genuinely don't, because I think it's such a hard gig. Why are we talking about fucking stand-up comedians here? Right, let's go on to...
Right, Hibs are going to be third now, aren't they? Big weekend for Hibs. Obviously they beat Dundee United at home and then Aberdeen lose to St Mirren.
Aye, they've got third. Wrapped up. What
You're
a
going
job.
to say that right now, Hibs have got
Aye,
third.
Hibs have... That's same. Finalised third place.
Brave shout that.
Think so, mate?
4 games ago.
But he's been... David Gray's just been exceptional. Fancied a big banner for him as well in the stands, so...
Captain, leader, legend.
Superb.
I was saying to you yesterday or this morning, Hibs now I feel have like a steel about them that they didn't have before.
Tommy Gravesen's gave them iron. You need iron, lads.
They're actually like, I used to always think playing against them that they were like a little bit of an easy team to play.
Yeah.
Where if you showed up and you were like at it more than them, you'd win. There was never like a fear of playing them. Whereas I feel like now they have that like hard to play against. They can get results.
And is that a mentality thing, or is that players that they've brought in that have changed that?
I think it's mentality, because I think they've always had good
Big
players.
man, the mentality this week, ain't you, big man?
No, yeah.
Is that a comedian or a psychologist you're going to be?
It's this new niche I'm trying.
I like it.
No, I think that's everything in football.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you don't think styles and that are important, or like passes of play?
I think it comes down to players like being able to do it at the top level, at the like top teams. Being an elite player, I think it's mentality.
Well,
do you agree with that?
I think you know what I think. 100%, you need to be at it but I think how you play is so important, mate.
Do you not think that's the difference in players from like guys you know from when we were younger and guys who went on to have careers, like James Forrest?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll know Kieran Tierney as well, like from when he was younger.
Yeah.
Aiden.
Yeah.
I find it's like players.
I 100% agree in individuals, but I'm talking teams. I think a big part of being a successful team is having a style of play.
Oh, totally, yeah. But but I think you still need players that can want to go and do everything.
Yeah.
I think. No,
but I think Hibs' big changing thing, it wasn't their mentality for me, it was their changing shape, wasn't it? So you can talk about mentality all you want, but the same players' mentality in the first bit of the season, they're getting beat all the time. So what's changed Hibs' season for me is their shape and how they play. No? Huh?
It's a brilliant point.
Too easy.
You have been so impressed. I actually really like the squad, mate. I think they could really do well. I know we were speaking last week about the team that sort of gets into Europe, that third place, struggle the following season. I don't think Hibs will. I think they'll do well. They can do well in Europe, but I actually think they'll keep this up into next season with the squad of players, and they'll obviously recruit in the summer as well.
Well, it's a great point, because Hoylett and Abika they've not played the majority of games this year, but when they come in, I mean, Hoylett looked brilliant Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mate,
like you say, that squad.
A brilliant player, and just own a beater. Like, I mean, Cadden's been their best player this season. and he can't get back into the team because of how well he's playing. It's brilliant for them. And obviously McGrath coming in the summer as well, adding quality again. I think they'll be outstanding again next season.
Brilliant. Relegation, St Johnstone lost 2-0 to Kilmarnock. It looks like they're doing. You enjoy your time at St Johnstone, sorry mate?
Yeah, no, I loved it.
That was under Dell, obviously.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I think they've kind of been gone for half the season.
I think so.
I think it's writing was on the wall. I think the needs. I've kind of found it refreshing how the chairman speaks.
The American guy.
Yeah, he kind of knows what's coming, and he's not afraid to say like we might get relegated, and kind of I think he's ready for that, which I think is a good thing. I think maybe they need it, a little kind of refresh about the club, everything.
You think they'll stick with the manager if they'll go down? And should they?
I would like to see them stick with the manager. Do you agree?
I think they probably will, yeah. I don't know if that style will suit winning the championship, which I think they need to do straight away. Falkirk, yeah.
Falkirk have won it playing like a similar style, haven't they?
Yeah, true, yeah. You've got me there.
No, I've not got you, but
I think they will keep. I think they should keep him because he's put a hell of a lot of work in playing that way. That's how I play. And then if you're to go and then change him again, it's going to be a complete new, a full turnaround. I would stick with the guy. That's
what I mean by the chairman. I think he's got like an actual vision and plan and doesn't panic.
Yeah.
Where I think he knows, like, I'm willing to go down like one step back to go two forward. And I think that's probably
such an American
refreshing.
Thing, it's just always positive, really, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Proper love it.
Kelly good, Kelly get the win.
Kelly are safe now, aren't they?
Aye,
did you ever doubt Dell?
No, I didn't doubt him.
Well, I think you did.
I know.
If I wind a couple of shows, I think you did.
No. I was a wee bit questionable of the way they pressed that. I ain't questioning where he's going to stay in the league. So again, you put me in a position with Dale, who I'm really close with. But what I will say to him is his team, the way they better buck their ideas up for next season. Because that's been very poor, Killian, this season. Defensively, it doesn't look like Dale's team at all this season, the amount of goals they've conceded. But he's a top manager, so
will he be there next year? Hart.
I think he will, yeah.
You think he'll beat Kelly?
Yeah.
Did you love playing under him?
Yeah.
What makes it, why is he so successful?
I think he just gets players wanting to play for him. Like, good man manager, trainings are good, and he's likeable. Like, you want to go and do well for him. I remember one time me and Jody Morris went down to London one time.
Drop that name like it's hot as well.
And proper heavy name that.
Proper heavy.
And we went down to London and we missed our flight coming back up for training. And you know that way when like you've got the fear and you've woken up and you're like, oh my God, I've totally messed this up.
Got it right now, mate. Huh?
We got a text, both of us got a text from him individually, and neither of us could tell each other what we got. It was so bad. And I remember like looking back at it, and the two of us couldn't speak to each other for like the rest of the day.
Was you ready?
Coming back up, he sent us this message where it was like, so although I was talking about him the previous year, saying like how sound he was, like, look, I don't really care about that. Then I got the other side of it where he like sent me this big message being like, and I just remember it ended in like capital letters, do you want to be a footballer or a fucking bum? And it hit me deep with me. And then I remember like later on, me and Jody were like, eventually when we could talk to each other again, we were like, by the way, what did your message say? And we both went over it and we're like, yeah, it was pretty tough.
You always got that side to him where you're terrified of him, ain't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the fact he'd done it to Jody as well.
That's
it's
amazing.
like I would have been a young player, Jody was obviously who he was. And he was like still like hammered him as well for it.
Drop another name, he's also pals with the man that gets 9 million views a month.
Rio?
Yeah, I should have actually, I would have, well, not that friendly where I didn't really stick up for him earlier.
I know, mate, fuck's sake, you know he's back here, did you? Is he, because obviously people say waffle shite, but you think he's a great guy, don't you?
Huh?
Think he's a great guy?
Yeah, no, brand new. Been out with him a few times.
How did that come about?
Through Jody Morris.
Ah, right.
Went on holiday with him in Portugal a few years ago.
Wow. So who, you, Jody, Rio?
Me, Jody, Rio, a bunch of their friends. And then like met him out and about and stuff and chat to him every now and again.
Does he pay for everything?
Obviously, yeah.
Does he, huh? Gets everything?
Not in like a normal way, like when you go out with him.
Would you mind asking him to come on the podcast? Big Rio? Could you ask him to come on?
No, I won't now because I need to stick up for him after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I was buzzing for Shankland. Really buzzing back on.
But he's no daft, is he?
At this time of the season.
No daft, mate.
But then they went to a 4-3-3. They when we spoke about that, they played that diamond all season. Maybe it suits him being that lone striker up there, mate, with Forrest and Vargas either side of him.
Forrest scoring as well, delighted for him.
Brilliant. He's just not had a sniff at all.
As in football?
Both. No, but he was great to see him back, and he's not a chance for a while. But I do think with Shankland, I think we've all said that I think you want him up there as the number one striker, didn't you?
Yeah. What have you seen players do that? Shite all season? No, you're not saying he's been shite, but I've seen it so many times. Players that have been average all season have an amazing end to
You said he was shite.
Well,
You just said he was shite.
and then have an amazing end to the season and get a move. You seen people like that?
That happens a lot, mate, doesn't it?
I was the opposite. I was always shite coming at the end of the season.
Because you know you need to get something. The
People
pressure
are
goes
watching
on.
you, and you fuck it. Do you know what I mean?
I
But
don't
you've been
know if
good all
players can do that.
season.
It's different as strikers, though.
Strikers,
Strikers, you just need a little streak, and that'll get you like a good 6 months can get you the next 3 years moves.
Did you ever nick a move, like proper nick a move, thinking, how have I done that? A lot of
Nah,
them.
I feel like I've had the opposite.
Do you?
Yeah, where I've done well and then can't get a move.
Right? Where do you think you done well?
Okay.
Last season?
But you're going to get a move, innit? You're going to go. You'll get a move this summer, or you go stay at Brecon and.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Bet me, not sure.
You'll get something. You'll get something. You'll definitely get something. Honestly, I've no doubt you're going to fucking get it. Was there one where like your agent came in?
I kept hearing them talk about like trying to sign every player. I never got one call.
Maybe he's gone for fucking players up in the Premier League, ain't you?
It's going to be. I'm going heavy.
You know.
Proper heavy. But was there ever when your agent came up and you were like proper buzzing with that move? Like a club that came in and you were like, wow.
Yeah.
What one?
I was close to going. Once I was close to going to Russia. Astana, remember Astana?
Yeah.
They were playing Champions League one season. The manager wanted me. In fact, it was I think it was Andy's manager
The Azerbaijan.
from Azerbaijan got the job at Astana, and then was like on the phone to me, was speaking with his agent and stuff, and I was like almost like spending the money already.
Was that amazing?
And then it's the director at the time was like wanted to use a different agent and stuff, and fucked it.
What? No, going into too much details about a move where it was the money was like wow.
Yeah, no, it would have been. Yeah,
No, other than that, they actually got Bulgaria, Poland.
What?
One where you like got so much more than what you thought you were going to get.
Probably my first one to Bulgaria from Celtic, because at Celtic I was like a reserve, I was like on a reserve contract, not like great money at the time, and went to Bulgaria. On paper it was really good, but I ended up not getting half of it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What, just not paying you?
Yeah.
You need to be careful with that. I've heard that a few times.
Who have you
It
heard?
was there in Malta. I got offered a deal in Malta, but I get warned heavily again. I get warned, don't go there, because that can happen a lot.
It's good. See, if you go to places like that and you know that's happening, I think it's okay.
What do you mean?
Like most of the time you do get your money.
What are
But
the
you need
reasons
to
for
go-
not getting your money? Is it as simple as if you didn't play well, you didn't get paid?
Sometimes, yeah, it can
What,
be that.
did they come and
The
say
team's
that
not
to
doing
you?
well, yeah.
Fuck. How's the pressure to play well then?
There's the pressure of that, but also from fans as well. Because you know, like if the team doesn't do well, you've got the fans coming to training the next day.
But fans would come to training?
Yeah.
As in like ultras?
I
Like,
had about like 4 or 5 trainings called off because fans were coming to the training ground. John Carver was the manager
what is he?
in Ammonia, yeah.
Was he shouting himself? Was he shouting himself?
He was funny. Remember Matt Derbyshire?
A striker?
Me and him were playing there, and he'd come in and like try and make, John Carver would try and make jokes, but like cash jokes, like that kind of British football humour. And only me and Matt would really get it. So all the rest of the squad wouldn't get his jokes. So he'd be like standing in front and he'd try and say something about like having gout because he's having too much red wine and steak, like.
If ever there was a John Carver thing, it's that, innit?
And you could see like none of the guys would get it. And then he'd have to go like to me and Matt, and he'd be like, lads, what about that? Too much gout because of too much good red wine and steak, eating too well. Huh? And no one would be laughing.
What would the fans raging at? Huh? Imagine Paul the Tim.
I think a fan came
abandoned.
I think a fan came and attacked them one game.
Attacked who? Carver?
Yeah. One of our own fans, yeah. The game got called off.
Why did he attack? Just because he...
Because we were doing
Getting
bad.
weight?
We were doing bad, yeah.
Fucking hell, man. No, you shouldn't laugh
It's
at
nuts over there.
that. Is it wild?
Yeah.
Crazy. Any interview media disasters for you?
Every Monday for me.
Your MK Dons on a live was fucking
Oh
genius.
my God, just kept saying stuff.
Remember how
After
nervous
every
you would be getting interviewed?
Aye.
Brutal.
So what did Shankland say?
He said something about, he was laughing about Critchley, wasn't he? Laughing when he was
Got a
in
lot
the-
of stick for it.
Oh, the day it went under outside and the reporter was going up. The reporter I thought was a bit annoying.
Did you? Mate, see when I was like a joke figure after I'd left Dundee and obviously I was trying to get a job in I think it was the Sun or Daily Record, so again going like, we'll do a wee piece in the paper for you, like hopefully people see it and you can maybe get a job or
Yeah.
something, mate. And I remember I came to my house and we done an interview and my boys were only small at the time and we had one of these space opera things and he was like, right, we'll get a couple of pictures, and I was like, right, and he's like, why don't you jump on the space opera? And I was like, what? And he was like,
Did you do it?
why don't you jump in the space opera? And I was like, sound. So I'm sitting like that and my garden, my neighbours looking out their windows and they take him up. And then it came out the next day and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, man? And it was like about wanting to be serious and there'll be a joke in him and I'm sitting on a space opera like that. Mate, I remember reading the paper and like, see the fear.
Was it a picture? Was
You
it
like that on a space opera, mate. And the headline something like, I'm no longer a joker. And I'm like, how's this guy put this with the fucking article, man?
I need to find a picture, didn't it?
Get it for the live on Wednesday, mate. I'll definitely be there. Sitting on a fucking space with a full dress rig out as well, mate. I wore like nice clothes. 'Cause I thought I was getting interviewed, mate, and I'm sitting on a fucking space opera, man. Badging. Real badging, man.
Oh, please get this.
See, when the bad one happened to you, I'm no... God,
With Amsterdam, I messaged the guy the day before saying thanks very much for doing that interview, mate. It was a brilliant piece. Didn't think anything of it because we'd spoke for hours and hours and it was about, I thought that time I had to do an interview as in because people maybe have this reputation I've went earlier, so I want to speak and let them know who I'm and this. So we spoke for hours and hours about me trying to get back fit and whatever, my injuries and stuff like that. I thought that's went really well, that piece. And then, but same as you were saying there, that you have to get pictures as well. But I was smiling.
You were doing that in the picture?
No, but they were saying the opposite, they were wanting you to be quite serious, so you're just sitting there like, do you know what I mean? Being serious.
Like in a pimp, P-I-M-P.
Just and I'm not aware of it. I'm thinking they're asking me to do that because I'm going to get my career back on track, and then obviously it comes out. And
So see the morning, like when do you find out it's on? When do you find out that is it your somebody phone you or do you go and buy the thing and you see it?
my dad choked us up against the door.
Just what ran in your room?
Ran in my room, pulled us out, just choked me, screaming, "Mine fucking boy!" That's what I always remember, "Mine fucking boy."
What do you not take us for?
Imagine I thought it was because of that. So he had me again. Fuck me. Oh, God.
Who was that?
Where did you go? No, but so that morning it came in, I couldn't believe it, and then
See the day before, sorry, but did you say like I've done a wee bit with the paper, I think it's going to come across really well? And then he went out, obviously ran out to buy it. We got in the shop. Morning, Josh.
I see your boy. See your boy's doing well.
Trying piece on your boy.
Fuck. Oh,
Tiger.
Well, I'll never forget it. It was fucking hard, but he had me up against the door, like proper. Legs were up as well.
Your legs are...
My
Dangling.
main fucking boy, he was shouting. Couldn't believe main fucking boy's done that. But maybe you're right, maybe it was just because I never told him I was going.
And with all your pals, did they come round?
No, they're all fine, funny. No funny, but you know the way it is. But it's better that they just slag you for it. But that was fucking.
You can laugh at it now.
Oh mate, aye.
Is that one of the worst days of your life?
Aye. In hiding, mate. I went in hiding. Used to go down to snooker for wee dark hall, just hide away for hours and hours. Because obviously my face is.
Fatty was in there.
It was because obviously then when you're outside, you're thinking, fucking hell, everybody thinks that of me now.
Looking at you.
I thought it'd be creep, do you know what I mean? This week's podcast is also brought to you by the Glens Vodka SPFL Score Predictor.
Amazing.
And it's the return of our brand new weekly feature, Paul's Magic Balls. You enjoying this feature, Simon?
I love it, mate. I think you're very good at
So,
it.
Cillian, I don't know if you know about it, and for the viewers that don't know the rules yet, I'm the keeper of the Magic Ball. Isn't I?
Yeah.
Join in then. Which holds magical SPFL predicting powers.
Wow.
Si's going to give his predictions for a selection of SPFL games, and after each prediction, I'll shake the ball and let him know if he is right. Okay, big man?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Am I
Are
involved?
you going to give us the games?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Cillian, you are going to read out the 6 fixtures for me.
I'm just reading, yeah.
So, just the first one, just to go through the fixtures, mate.
Kilmarnock, Dundee.
I'll
Right
go
side.
1-1.
2-2. But I'll
Only
wait.
Dock and Dale in it. Always a draw.
Will we go bottom 6 first? Hearts, Motherwell.
Hearts, Motherwell. I'll go 2-1 Hearts.
2-0 Hearts. But I'll wait.
St Johnstone, Ross County.
Oof. 0-0.
Match abandoned.
4 each.
4 each.
Right. Must know something.
Celtic, Hibs.
Celtic Hibs. I'll go. Oof. 2-1 Celtic.
2-1.
Wow.
Wow. Didn't see that
Has
coming.
everyone's result?
Wow.
No, sorry, result been the same? No, the scoreline, but
Yeah.
every result's been the same, right?
Yeah. Dundee United, St Mirren.
Oh. 1 each.
3-0 away win.
Oh wow.
And finally, Rangers, Aberdeen.
2-2.
3-1.
Rangers.
Yeah, 3-1 Rangers. If you think you can do better, head over to spfl.co.uk/score predictor to play for free and be in with a chance of winning a weekly prize of £250.
Well done, Paul.
Yay.
Falkirk Friday night, we watched up in the hotel. I was delighted for Falkirk. See it 1-0 down again, I thought, love you're going to do this.
Aye.
But Falkirk were brilliant on the night again, I thought, nah.
Well, we spoke about it all week, but the 2 wingers are just
Brilliant.
absolutely incredible, mate. I really do hope, I know I was saying last week that boy Calvin Miller, maybe I think there's probably will be clubs looking at him
I hope they keep them all together, mate, just to see how they do.
for this season.
Yeah.
Because I think as you said, I think they could really come to the top league and really do well. And the way they play with the wingers, there's not a lot of, you don't see that in football now. So to watch them playing, they do excite the life out of me, they really do. But as a whole, even, I think the signing with Scotty as well, I think at that stage where maybe they'd lost a few games where they weren't playing as well as they were, and I think that just got everybody going again. You know who he is, he'll be brilliant about the place as well, won't he?
Yeah. And the good thing about it is I don't think they'll change next year. I think he'll go to the top flight and he'll go out to win games of football. But
Do you think he'll change the squad, Si, as in maybe a few positions?
I think he'll keep the majority. I think he might, obviously, the couple of the fringe players might leave and he might bring in 1 or 2, but I don't think there'll be massive changes, mate.
Do you think he'll stay?
Yeah, I think he will stay.
Definitely?
Yeah.
Could you message him now?
I messaged him last night to come on. He was busy the day, but I think he will come on.
That's another one on the list.
Did he tell you about them? Did he tell you about McGlynn? No.
But then I asked his assistant if he would come on, and he knocked it back.
Went through the squad.
Gary Holt, who's a Falkirk legend, was busy.
That's the way, come on. That's brilliant.
Oh, amazing,
Used to
man.
brilliant to get a buddy.
He's a good guy, isn't he? He's what about him saying it's either Falkirk or Ibiza on Monday, lads. It's good to see him enjoying himself as well, isn't it? He looked so awkward with a beard, didn't he? He's like, remember Moisey when that was like McGlynn with a beer. But I mean, it's amazing, mate, that like only later in his kind of life and career that he's went and found this style of football, isn't it?
I can't believe what they've done, mate.
Double promotion.
That's really is incredible. And as you said, they've not really changed the squad for League One. And to go and do what they've done in the Championship, you even seen them again. I think Brendan Rodgers said this season's one of the hardest games that they've had when they played them as well. It's
I do think they'll need to strengthen
Right, whereabouts?
for the Premier League.
Maybe a centre forward, I think.
Yeah. I think it was a bad championship.
Oh, do you, right? I thought Ayr and Livy were quite strong now.
I don't think so. I think from the start it was there for Falkirk to win.
Right, and there wasn't really a standout candidate, was there?
Nah. And I think they'll really need to strengthen.
Right, really?
think they would struggle, Cillian, with this squad now in the Premier League?
I think the current one, yeah.
Right.
I just think teams are better in the Premier League. They can match up against them better. They can stop them easier. They can counter the way they play better, I think.
I disagree, so it's good. We've disagreed on quite a lot today.
Yeah.
I think they'll be...
Healthy debate.
I think they'll compete very well. I really like them. Just quickly, McGlynn won the manager of the year last night over Brendan Rodgers. Deserve
for me, I think, if Brendan Rodgers goes on to win the treble, I still would have gave it to John McGlynn. It's an incredible achievement to go and win the treble, and it's obviously so hard. But today, what he's done, mate, for League One up and then again, that's incredible, mate. It really, really is. And I don't think that... I mean, we'll not take anything away from what Brendan Rodgers has done, but I just think he deserves it this season.
And like we say, no spending fortunes either.
No.
I think it's harsh on Brendan Rodgers.
Have you won a treble?
Win a treble.
I know. It does seem like it's the norm now, isn't it, for Celtic just to win trebles?
It's like a victim of his own success. He's set a standard of a treble.
To be fair, he's got fucking loads of trophies, hasn't he? Like, how many has John McGlynn got?
But I don't. But it shouldn't. that shouldn't.
That's a great way of putting it, though.
Do you know what I mean?
But that shouldn't diminish
100%.
what he's done.
Has that ever happened where teams came up for League One and then to the Championship and then straight up to the Premier League?
Not that I can think. I could be wrong, but no that I can think. Yeah. Just quickly, gives a wee bit of Duncan Ferguson. Kill, what would you like?
He was. I always felt like I never really got a decent chance there, or a run in the team at all.
So you're kidding him?
But I couldn't dislike him.
Really?
He's so infectious and he's hard to dislike. And the whole time I was like, I should not like him, but I couldn't not.
So he's top
like
man,
him. Yeah.
Get it?
He's so intimidating. I remember before I went up, I can't remember who I was talking to. One of the guys was like, he's going to tower above you and stare into your eyes, just be ready. So I was like, right, as soon as I was going to shake hands with him, I was like, I'm locking eyes and I'm going to match him up. And I still felt like fucking 5 foot tall.
Did you?
Yeah. He's just a whole, he just will keep getting, if you match his eye contact, he'll keep coming in closer until he's a little bit over you. It's so intimidating. That stick to football, I felt personally attacked by him. Because he was Inverness, I had no strikers.
That's brilliant, that.
It was funny. I remember coming on against Dundee United. So Gary Boland was the assistant. So he's
another hard bastard.
So he was saying I was talking to someone at Dundee and he was saying you're fast. And I was like, yeah, fancy myself being quick. And he was like, right, well just fucking get on and run, show your speed. So then that's from the bench where he was, and then Dunk is there on the sideline. So I go from here getting that talk, just run, use your pace, get in behind. And then I go about to come on and he's like, right, big man, just fucking link the play, don't be a lamppost.
Don't be a lamppost, that is brilliant.
Don't be a fucking lamppost, and just, yeah.
Were you actually nervous playing for him?
Yeah, yeah, I could, yeah.
Wow.
I could never
Did he ever crack?
He wanted the strikers. He loved possession, keep football, and he wanted strikers to play almost like midfielders.
Right, no, your game.
Nah.
Love you to do an interview with him.
It'd be great. I'd love to do Big Dunk. Actually ask him proper questions, innit?
He's got a book out.
So he does.
It'll be good to promote that book. And you'd be great to date with him. Wouldn't you, wee man? Okay, back yourself.
And then we need to ask you obviously about Cummins at the Hydro.
Oh fuck!
You were did you come?
I came down with him in the car.
No way.
Yeah, and he was so nervous coming down because he didn't know what was happening, and he was going through all stories he could tell, because he thought he was going on to tell stories, right? So he was going through all these different stories. I don't know if he told you any of them. Did he tell you what he was? Graham Murty signed him, didn't he? He was the manager. I remember him telling the story where it was he went into the office and Graham Murty was looking at, he'd just got a haircut. And Graham Murty was looking at him and going, shop? So I kept saying to him, yeah, fucking tell that story, that'd be really good. And he kept going through all these different things that he could say. I was like, oh, is that good enough? I don't want to throw him under the bus, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously what happened.
To see when you're sitting watching it, he comes on stage,
I didn't know how, because you never know how he is. That could have him been normal without a drink or whatever. And then I think the problem with Dundee was he didn't ask for permission. So he actually turned, the thing about him turning up unfit to train, I'm not sure. From what I remember, he was fine. He didn't have
He did have green hair, didn't he?
Do you know some of the makeup
He
still
tried to
left
train
on?
with a Joker suit on. He was actually, I think he was,
All right.
it was a bit blown out how bad he was.
Right.
But I think the thing was that he didn't ask for the permission to go and do it because it was a Thursday night.
And I had missed call. I could feel my phone going off.
Remember
my
you phoned me
pocket,
on maybe the Friday or something, or this after it came out, you phoned me. And, but he was so nervous going down.
Mad, innit? Because I was speaking about this the other day on a different podcast, like how nervous people are for doing these sort of things. People don't
Directors
realise.
like him and Snoddy and that.
I know, it's tough. But he was so funny, wasn't he?
Brilliant. Backstage, mate. He was amazing and he was wanting to get a wee hod the soonest, wasn't he? I know.
He was on to scalp soonest, and he kept saying, I'm going to scalp him, lad. I was like, shut up.
Kelly's been outstanding. Simon.
Cillian
Thanks very
Sheridan,
much,
what a
big man.
guy.
Well done.